phone because this wasn't necessarily planned, but there's word on the street that we're going to be getting some pretty big, substantial, mad Doctor Who news. I have no idea how correct this is, or I've heard a lot of conflicting reports, but I'm gonna be intrigued. Because yeah, there's no way. Some of the stuff that's being suggested, there is no way it's true. I'm just gonna get the live chat up on my computer. It's loading. Hello Jordan Rees, hello JKCC1995, hello Lua. Hello, shout out to Lua, he's in our Doctor Who fan film. TV Time, Zoom Centre, Where Am I, Torchwood 5, Has Jazz, Tom Mac Baker, Flump Films even. Oh, the Flumps. Is that a reference to like the TV show The Flumps? I remember the Flumps. Not from when it aired. I'm probably too young for that, but I know of the Flumps. How is that where this live stream's gone? Hello, everyone joining. Basically, to give you the current update, I'm hearing conflicting reports, but apparently, and don't worry, I won't be spoiling anything in this live stream, so if you're worried about spoilers, don't fear of this live stream. But apparently, all over Doctor Who Twitter, there is this rumour and these leaks that... Right, I'll go from the beginning. I'm explaining this badly. So, on Twitter, about 2 hours ago, everybody started saying that the tabloids have got hold of a huge Doctor Who story, which they're going to break probably tonight, this evening. Something absolutely crazy, right? There's also a guy who has had correct information, and he's said stuff to me, and I think left a couple of comments on this channel that has been correct in the comments section. I'll try not to give too much away. He knew a couple of things, right? And apparently this same guy is back at it again. There's Reddit rumours as well. And one of the main thing isn't necessarily a plot spoiler, but it's absolutely insane. If the rumour, the big rumour is actually true, it's absolutely wild. So I don't think it can be true, but one thing that has been said is we will find out tonight because of the BAFTAs, apparently. Now this could all be waffle, this could all lead nowhere, but I have got the BAFTAs up on my computer right now in case anything does happen at the BAFTAs. I mean, there's so many conflicting reports. And I've heard multiple versions of what this leak could be. It's probably a load of waffle, but we're going to wait and see. This live chat's for if you want to discuss anything. If anything of this leak does happen, we can obviously discuss that if it happens. If these tabloid headlines break, we can discuss it. But for now, let me know any theories or comments or anything you want me to discuss, because yeah, I'm not going to directly discuss any plot leaks because yeah, I don't want to ruin the story and stuff. I also don't really want to know plot leaks, but yeah, it's bizarre. I think that there is the possibility, I'm not saying whether these are leaks or whatever, but just logically thinking, it could be an announcement of the next Doctor. That's the big thing that this leak could be, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see if anything does come of it. I've got Twitter up as well, because you best believe the second if anything does actually happen, it'll get put all over Twitter immediately. There's so many conflicting things. I genuinely don't know. I don't know what it could potentially be if it does happen. But yeah, have any of you got any theories? Start typing them in the chat, and I'll give them a read and see what we're thinking. Could be a season 3 renewal, says Dr. Master. It could be. That would be really cool. I mean, especially at the BAFTAs, if Russell goes, like, I don't know, I don't think Russell's there, but there's probably some Doctor Who cast members there. If they were like, yeah, Doctor Who's coming back for season 3, or Ncuti Gatwa. He was announced as the 15th Doctor at the BAFTAs, so it would make sense if there is this renewal. Maybe they've partnered with someone that isn't Disney. It could be something along those lines. Like if they've found a new partner to distribute Doctor Who, perhaps that will be announced at the BAFTAs. As I say though, Ncuti, I'm pretty sure it was the BAFTAs. Was it the BAFTAs? Someone tell me in the comments if it was. But I'm pretty sure it was announced at the BAFTAs that Ncuti would be the 15th Doctor. So it's currently, the BAFTAs going on again tonight. Who knows? Maybe at tonight's BAFTAs we're going to get the announcement of somebody else. Dalek Khan says Alan coming for the 16th Doctor. That would be quite cool. I mean, I don't think it would actually work. It would just be really funny. Mr. Ring-a-Ding. Imagine if it's Netflix. Who would you guys like to see? If Disney do or have dropped away from the Doctor Who deal, who would you like to like pick up the Dalek Khan suggests Crispy Pro for showrunner. Yeah. Philomena Kunk as the 16th Doctor, says that Amy Way. Yeah, oh, what's the actress's name? Oh, I can't remember. But I actually think she would be a good Doctor. I mean, Philomena Kunk kind of looks like the Doctor anyway, with the coats that she wears in those interviews. And the actress is very, very funny. She's very good. Yeah, Diane Morgan, thank you, Daniel Coe. Yeah, she'd be good. Dr. Ring-a-Ding. Fugitive Doctor taking over as the main Doctor, says Bob. Yeah, I can't lie. I see, if there are these big announcements as well, I could see it being something like Joe Martin takes over at Christmas. Like, not forever, but let's say Disney renew Doctor Who, because there was talk the other day about Disney wanting, like, oh, what was it? There was a headline. I'll see if I can find it. There was a headline about Disney wanting more international things on Disney Plus because of Trump's tariffs or something. I might be remembering it slightly wrong. But yeah, I could see if Doctor Who gets renewed by Disney Plus, they might then go, oh, well, Ncuti's doing his play, but we still want a Christmas special. Let's get in the Fugitive Doctor. That was like, she was basically teasing it in the latest episode. She says her story's not done. I could completely see the Fugitive Doctor, played by Joe Martin, making a return. Probably not forever, but I could definitely see it. Okay, we've got some super chats. Thank you very much, Alan Wilkinson, for the £2 super chat. He says, the 15th Doctor crossing over with Kingdom Hearts somehow. I don't know what Kingdom Hearts is. Let me give it a Google. Kingdom Hearts. An anime? Is that an anime? It's probably not an anime. I've probably just annoyed people there. To go away. Doctor Who Mania, says Paul McGann for the 16th Doctor. I can't lie, I would be here for that. Sorry that it got muted. My friend tried to ring me. Paul McGann for the 16th Doctor from Doctor Who Mania. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as Joe Martin. If you wanted another Doctor to come back for like filling the gap, filling the bridge, you could definitely see it being either Paul McGann or Joe Martin. I think they'd probably go with Joe Martin if they were going to have another Doctor to come back and fill the gap for a while, purely because, like, that her saying that in the story in the engine, that cannot be the last we've seen of Joe Martin. Let me know if the stream's back up and running. I think it should be, because I'm casting this from my phone. It disappeared when someone tried to give me a ring. A call, not as in like a ring. There was no proposal going on. The Master's coming back, says Zoom Center. Matt Smith as the Master, says Jazz. Matt Smith as the Master would be insane. Like, how funny would that be? I mean, it would literally just be copying what Marvel are doing with Robert Downey Jr. So I highly doubt that Matt Smith would come back as the Master. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a regeneration into an old face, whether that be the Master or the Doctor. I mean, there is let me get it up. There's a TV Zone article somewhere. I did have it in a tab, but I think it's vanished. there was a TV Zone article somewhere talking about the fact that they were kind of teasing, and obviously the talk that this leak has spread to the tabloids, TV Zone were basically teasing that Joe Martin and Michelle Gomez had something to do with whatever this big leak may be. So, who knows? Yeah, people are theorising that I'm the 16th Doctor. Yep, that's true. I am the 16th Doctor. No, that is not the big announcement. Alex Kingston is the next Doctor. I think she'd be all right in the role, but I think, like, she's played River Song. I don't know how I feel about established characters taking on the face of the Doctor again, if that were to happen. I mean, we've had the plotline of a Doctor revisiting an old face with the 14th Doctor. But yeah, I don't know. I saw someone suggest as well that Michelle Gomez would play the next Doctor, which I just think, like, come on, like, no. Just like I was in Lux, yeah. I remember when everyone was saying that oh yeah, all the confused Adipose is going to be in Lux. Alas, I was not in Lux. Yeah, keep suggesting, guys. Doctor Who Series 10 soundtrack announcement, says Tom. Potentially, you know what? Imagine they announce that at the BAFTAs. They go to all this effort to announce the Series 10 soundtrack. I'd be kind of here for that. How long have we been waiting for that soundtrack, by the way? Like 2017? I think, though, apparently didn't Murray tease that he would be releasing soundtracks, whether that's for the new era or like Series 10. We've got to have Series 10 at some point. Bip Pap the Grunt suggests Charlie XCX as the 16th Doctor. That would be very funny. The Scamp says Tom Baker returning, ? I've not heard that as a rumour, and I think it's incredibly unlikely. I mean, if Tom Baker didn't come back for Power of the Doctor, I don't think he'd come back. And also, like, he's an older gentleman now. I don't know. Do you know, like, I think that taking on the role of the Doctor at age what? He's got to be in his 90s, yeah, 91. Like, there's no way. There's no way. Someone suggests that Solar suggests, what if Jenna Coleman is returning? Is Jenna Coleman at the BAFTAs? Because apparently this big leak, big rumour is happening at the BAFTAs this evening. If Jenna Coleman's there, you can't 100% rule it out. The Doctor visiting a prior face or a Clara return. I don't know. Rowan Atkinson as the Doctor. Charlie is so cool, like, as the 16th Doctor. That's a throwback. Nicki Minaj as 16. Yeah, that's exactly what this show needs. Is William Hartnell return? Oh dear. Oscar Isaacs as the Doctor. Oscar Isaacs. Well, actually, I was about to say. Oh yeah, no, that's a good point. Well, I was about to say on Oscar Isaacs that he is too expensive for a Disney Plus Doctor Who, but he's in Moon Knight. But also, his British accent was absolutely questionable. I don't want to be mean. It was questionable in Moon Knight. I'm pretty sure he was the most stereotypical, like, "Oi, mate," and it was, oh no, it was not good. We've got a comment from Bob Sherwood, member of the channel, who says, Joe Martin and Paul McGann as their respective Doctors in a Christmas special might be fun to see. Michelle Gomez's Master would be interesting, completing her redemption arc. Yeah, in terms of Joe Martin and Paul McGann, it would be so cool to see Doctors, like, if Ncuti stays on as the Doctor, but he's doing this play, and they want a Christmas special, I really think it would be a solid idea for the BBC to do one-off Christmas specials each year with a different Doctor. Because also, Russell's talked about it in interviews before, in this age of, like, streaming, like, we've had No Way Home was one of the biggest movies of the past couple of years in terms of box office grossings, and that has 3 Spider-Men. Like, audiences of today can cope with multiversal ideas, multiple versions of the same character, so I think doing Christmas specials with different Doctors would be such a cool idea. Let Oscar Isaac use his American accent. Lots of planets have a west. Maybe that'll be yeah. If Oscar Isaac were to ever take on the role of the Doctor, which isn't going to happen, by the way. Let's just put that out there. Yeah, the British accent. No, thank you, Oscar Isaacs. The Adipose are returning, suggests Kevin Jones. You know what? I'd be here for it. Ryan says that there's a lot of rumours about Joe Martin being the 16th Doctor. Yeah, I've seen a lot of talk about that, especially after the story in the engine. Like, her line saying, what does she say exactly? She says, like, in my story that may one day be completed. Like, she's got to come back at some point. Like, there's no way this is the end of the Fugitive Doctor forever. Because, as well, I feel like she's been cameo appearance after cameo appearance after cameo appearance. Give her a full episode. I'm rooting now. Like, it's probably not, and it's not one of the leaks that have potentially been whispered around, but Joe Martin being the Doctor for a Christmas special, I would be completely here for. Timothy Chalamet for the 16th Doctor. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be on. Well, I suppose he did Willy Wonka. That's not too dissimilar to the Doctor. I want a cranky old woman as the Doctor, says Fizzgig. Yes, I agree. An actor or actress like Miriam Margolyes. Like, I don't know how old she is now. I mean, I suppose she did Beat the Meat not that long ago, but an actress like that would be fantastic. That is definitely a direction Doctor Who should take at some point. Tom Cruise for the next Doctor, suggests Lucas. No, there's very few people I'd outright just be like, no, come on, but no, not Tom Cruise. The Scamp suggests Elise for the 16th Doctor. Yes, Elise should be the 16th Doctor. If you want to see Elise as the Doctor, you can always check out our Doctor Who fan films, Echo's End, Echo's Return, and Echo's Destiny. I promise this isn't just a Tharies as the 16th Doctor. Yeah, imagine Tharies in Doctor Who. That would be crazy. Absolutely crazy. Tharies as the 16th Doctor. It needs to happen. Let's start a campaign to see Tharies in Doctor Who. Yeah. Helen Mirren as the Doctor. Yeah, I'd be here for that. We've got a super chat from DJ LS-the Lamb 18 UK, who says, well, thank you very much for the super chat, by the way, who says, a Doctor Who, but from the Master's perspective. You know what? I've never heard that as a suggestion, but I really like it. If you did a whole episode from the Master's perspective, like where we're almost rooting for the Master in a way, that could be quite cool, especially with all the talk of Michelle Gomez coming back and stuff. You could continue Missy's redemption arc from her perspective. I suppose it would almost be like a spin-off, but you could definitely get away with it as a, as like a, what am I looking for? A one-off, yeah. Euros suggests Rosanna as the Doctor. Yeah, lots of planets have a north. Rosanna from our podcast. She could take on the role of the Doctor. Rosanna's always wanted to be a companion, though, so I say Elise as the Doctor with Rosanna as her companion. I think that's where the world needs to go. The OMG Missy coming back. We've got no confirmation. Don't go crazy with it. There may be no Missy coming back. I personally don't think it's likely to happen. I think a lot of these rumours stemmed from Michelle Gomez going to the Doctor Who premiere rather than it being like an actual leak. Ruhan, thank you very much for the super chat. They ask, how do you release videos about current topics so quickly? You're a content machine. Hugs from Brazil. The reason over the past couple of weeks I've been able to do daily Doctor Who videos is because currently, and it's all thanks to you guys, everyone watching this video, and it won't last forever because it's only really when Doctor Who's on, but I can do this as my job. Like, I earn enough of an income to, like, yeah, get along while Doctor Who's on by posting every day. So it's tiring, but it's so fun, and it's kind of like the ideal job, because I've been doing YouTube as a hobby anyway, so when Doctor Who's on, I can literally just use this as my primary source of income, and it's great, and that is genuinely thanks to all of you lot who keep watching. So please do comment, like, and subscribe, etc., because it allows me to make daily videos, because yeah, it's a lot of effort, and it's bizarre because I think I talk about Doctor Who so much on this channel that I've started to, like, when people talk to me about it or just send me messages about Doctor Who, I'm like, oh, I've talked about Doctor Who too much today, which I never thought would happen. But no, it's great fun, and I really appreciate all the support at the moment, because as I say, you're all allowing me to do this basically as a job for the moment, which is kind of insane. Brandon Hamilton says, we love you, but what's the news? The news is that there may be news. I'll give a quick update recap for everyone who's joined the live stream in the past however long. About 3 hours ago now, there was huge talk of the press have got a bunch of Doctor Who headlines, right? Everyone has said there's going to be breaking news, and I've tried to trace down the origins of where that rumour came from. I can't really find it. But in addition to that, there is a well-known leaker who leaked things, for example, like Belinda having a star certificate, the fans in Lux, and a bunch of correct things about this season quite a while back. Before the season even aired, they leaked that, and as the weeks have gone on, a couple of things they've said have come true. Apparently, this same leaker has said that tonight, or at least something at the BAFTAs tonight, is gonna be big Doctor Who news. Add that to all these rumours about the press coming up with some big Doctor Who thing, there may well be no news tonight. Like, it could just be nothing. But I think, yeah, the fact that the 15th Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, was announced at the BAFTAs a couple of years ago, the BAFTAs are happening tonight, there's all this talk about the press getting some Doctor Who headlines this evening, maybe front page news tomorrow. As I say, take it all with a pinch of salt. Wild blue yonder it. There's a pinch of salt to this. It could be an elaborate hoax, in which case, whoever came up with this, that leaker guy, really funny. You've got everybody talking. But yeah, Twitter's going crazy with the possibility. So I'm here live streaming to A, have a chat with you lot, and B, if these leaks or rumours or anything do break, we can discuss them. I will say though, if they're plot, like specifically plot related or like character drama related, I won't necessarily cover them. You'll probably see me read them and go, oh good grief. Or maybe I'll have a good reaction, we'll see. But yeah, I don't want to spoil the story as such, but with potential casting things, if there's a casting announcement, we could, yeah, discuss it. BAFTA viewing figures probably have never been so high, suggests Richard. Yeah, maybe not, maybe not. Sorry if I've missed any of your chats. I haven't been looking at the chat for a little while, so keep putting them in. Joe, I'm thinking doing the podcast called Doctor Who Sketches. What you think, dude? Was that you creating a podcast? If you are thinking of that, go for it. Why not? Doctor Who podcasts are good fun. Tiring to edit though, because the podcasts we do, at least, I end up, they go on for ages. I was planning to have it out tomorrow, the new episode of our podcast, because we filmed it last night, but yeah, I don't think that's going to happen now. This live stream replaces it. The podcast won't be tomorrow, but it will be Tuesday. I'm busy on Tuesday, so won't be able to make a video, so it'll fill that slot. So the podcast will be out on Tuesday. Rylan just won a BAFTA. Congratulations to Rylan. He's going to be in this week's episode of Doctor Who. If he's going to give a speech, maybe this will be our Doctor Who news. Interstellar Song Contest coming up. If Rylan is on BAFTA, receiving a BAFTA right now, maybe he's about to drop some mad news. We'll have to wait and see. Let's check back in on the BAFTAs tab. Yeah, Rylan is currently stood with Judge Rinder giving a speech. Now, this could be the moment. I don't want to turn sound on because we might get copyright struck. But if yeah, I'm waiting with bated breath. Let's have a look on Twitter. Are there any updates? Any updates on this potential leak or leaks or rumours, etc.? I don't think so. No, not that I can see. I can just see loads of people going, what are the leaks? Can you send me the leaks? There is a TV Zone article here, though. I'll read what TV Zone have said. They said this at 5:10 today. Joe Martin was at the Doctor Who premiere event and appeared in this series. Michelle Gomez was also at the premiere and has, so far, not appeared in the series. But could that change during the finale? Would explain why RTD conversed with Moffat for the finale. So what they're referring to there is the fact that Moffat said around Christmas time he had to see the script for the season 2 finale. So there's, I think, I could be wrong here, but I think like when Chris Chibnall used the Jadoon, Russell had to see the script first. So if Russell is using a Moffat character or enemy, perhaps that's why Stephen had to see the script. Perhaps that's Missy. And as TV Zone have suggested there, Joe Martin showed up at the premiere and everyone was like, oh, she won't be in the series, she'll just be in the premiere. Joe Martin was in this week's episode. Sorry if that spoilt it for anyone, but should have watched it by now. But yeah, I think it's not impossible that Missy could return. Like, as I keep saying, if you're just joining, there's no confirmation of this, but Missy returning, they set it up with the golden tooth, especially if Mrs. Flood's plans are about to come to fruition within the next couple of weeks. That hand that picked up the golden tooth could have been Mrs. Flood. And if her plans are about to happen, maybe Missy crops up briefly. I don't know if I'd be here for it. They'd have to do it well, because World Enough and Time and the Doctor Falls are my favourite Doctor Who stories. So I don't want the Missy redemption arc sort of ruined, and the vagueness of when Sasha's master takes place. I know it's probably me just like coping or whatever people say, but I believe that Sasha Darwin, his master, is the 11th Doctor's master. They dress the same, they both have the bow tie, they both have the quiff, they both have the manic energy. I reckon it goes John Sim parallel to Tennant's Doctor, Sasha parallel to Matt Smith's Doctor, Missy parallel to Capaldi's Doctor, then Missy died, so there's no more masters. But who knows? Sorry if I've missed your chats. I haven't been looking at this for ages, so please either comment it again, or if you super chat it, I'll be able to see it because it like lights up. Bob Sherwood, channel member, has said there is some talk about J. Michael. I do not know how to pronounce that surname. Showrunning Doctor Who. Oh yeah. Someone commented that on one of my videos. They were like, JMS will be the next showrunner. And I was really confused for a second because those are my initials. So I was like, I'm going to be the new showrunner, am I? I'll take it. I'll take it. I haven't heard about that, but no, I don't know who that guy is. But I've seen people saying that. I think it's probably not true though. Russell T Davies, Russell the Davies, has made it abundantly clear he's sticking around with Doctor Who, and I don't think he's going anywhere. So yeah. JMS is the creator of Babylon 5. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Sci-fi stuff. Who knows? Who knows? Addiction Addict says, would you like to be the showrunner? Yes, I would. I'll take the job now. Someone give me a contract. I'll sign it. No, it would be great fun to be Doctor Who showrunner, to be honest. But you know, I think that's probably not going to happen. A Clom spin-off. Yes, yeah, that's exactly what the world needs. That's exactly what this league must be. It must be Peter Kay returning as the Absorbaloff. Yeah, there's no other option. Dr. Master says, don't think it'll be a 16th Doctor announcement, and when Ncuti hasn't been announced... Don't think it'll be a 16th Doctor announcement when Ncuti hasn't been announced to leave. Yeah, I thought exactly the same. The only thing with that is if these rumours about the press getting hold of these headlines are true, they might, like Bad Wolf might want to beat the press to it and announce it on their own terms. Also, with the cinema release for Doctor Who, they might try and hype it up as much as possible to boost the viewing figures, to boost all that, because if Ncuti is regenerating, I'm not saying he is if anyone's just joined, if Ncuti regenerates, the BBC might publicise it to let people know, to boost the viewing figures and to sell more cinema tickets. We have had a super chat from Alan Wilkinson. Thank you very much, Alan, really appreciated. He says, is Stephen Moffat in the reality war as himself? You know what? I'd be here for it. There's Russell said that in the reality war there will be the unholy trinity, right? Imagine if those were the new Who showrunners. The unholy trinity is Russell, Moffat, and Chibnall, and it all builds up to the Doctor meeting the showrunners. I think they did a similar thing in She-Hulk. I never finished the series, but I've seen all the clips. Like, I don't think it's actually Kevin Feige, but I think... Don't they meet him as like a little robot thing? Anyone who's watched She-Hulk, let me know. But if Stephen Moffat was in the reality war, you know what? I'd be here for it. It would be bonkers and crazy, but it would be quite funny. Joe, I managed to draw my own Doctor Who monsters called Nutcrackers, and it's gone. Where's the comment? Nutcrackers and something. I don't know where it's gone. Maybe we'll never know. Please re-comment what those monsters were. Yeah, she meets a robot called Keige. The chat's moving too quickly. I don't know, are those the initials of Kevin Feige or something? Probably. Dear Godman, did you never see Babylon 5? No, I'm afraid I haven't seen Babylon 5. I do, however, I'm pretty sure, have the DVD of it. It was gifted to me, and it is on my watch list somewhere. I'm busy at the moment with waffling about Doctor Who, but one day I am getting round to it. I've got to get round to it. I've been told it's good. Elliot Williams says, limbs when we find out Mrs. Flood is a so. What? Maybe I read that wrong. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? Have you got any advice for a future Doctor Who scriptwriter or showrunner? I could give advice. It's probably not going to be very helpful because I've never been in that position. But no, I mean, I could try and give advice, but who'd want the advice of the confused Adipose? Like, if you're going to be Doctor Who showrunner, you could probably get the advice from Russell T Davies. But you know what? Who knows? Who knows? Thank you very much, Joshua, for the £2 super chat. Really appreciate it. He asks, would both regenerate or just Shooty's Doctor? What do you mean by that? By both? If you're asking about, do you want to clarify? If you clarify in the comments, I'll try and find what you mean by both. If it's about Shooty regenerating at the end of this season, I don't think it's impossible. It has been talked about for a very long time. There's no concrete evidence that that will happen, but yeah, there's been rumours of that. So who knows? Who knows? Mrs. Flood is the 32nd Doctor. Maybe. You know, I mean, I theorised it in a video the other day. Maybe she is the what? Why have I forgotten the name? The Valyard. Like, it would make sense. You can go and check out that theory video. Mrs. Flood being the Valyard, I could see happening. Dr. Master says, Sladina Carpenter or Cyber XCX to win Interstellar Song Contest. Were you the originator? You're Dr. Master, I think, on Twitter. You're the originator of the Sladina Carpenter at the Met Gala meme. I think it was very funny. If you were, I liked that a lot. I appreciated that. But yeah, I think Sladina Carpenter needs to. We've had Janice Goblin singing the Goblin song. Why not Sladina Carpenter at the Interstellar Song Contest? It's what the world needs. It's exactly what the world needs. Kimberly Weston says hello from Australia. Hello. Flumps Films says, if you were writing, who would you make Mrs. Flood be? That's a really good question. I genuinely don't know. I hadn't thought, I've spent so much time trying to crack the case. I haven't actually thought, if I were writing the series, who would I make Mrs. Flood? Maybe the Valyard. If you've seen the Doctor Who Echo fan films we've made, you'd know I want to see a dark side to the Doctor, like the Valyard. Black Guardian, White Guardian, that could be cool as well. I don't particularly mind, this is the thing, I don't particularly mind who Mrs. Flood turns out to be. I just want it to be a really cool story. Like, I just want a moment of like, oh my god, the characters are in jeopardy, oh my god, everything's going wrong. The exact name isn't too important. So like, yeah, I just hope that it's good. Can't wait for the Mara to return. Is this because Stefan Powell said in Doctor Who Unleashed, he said to Varada, he was like, oh, there's going to be some crab monsters coming up. I think he was joking, but who knows? Imagine the big reveal, Mrs. Flood is actually the Mara. The Mara, they are the crab creatures, right? I'm doubting myself, but I think they are, aren't they? Someone please correct me. I think they are. I think. The Boxed Cat says, my uncle actually works at Bad Wolf Studios and Shooty's gonna regenerate into Benny. That is Benny of Orphan 55 fame. You know what? If that happened, I think the universe might just end. I think everything, as the Master says in The Curse of the Fatal Death, it would implode and explode. Everything would go wrong. Benny, you know what? Maybe Mrs. Flood is Benny from Orphan 55. I think we've cracked it, guys. Oh yeah, there we go. The chat's spanning. Benny. Jean-Luc, hello Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc says, I missed the leaks, what were people saying? There's been 3 billion things said. In terms of plot leaks, I don't know. We don't really know what the leaks are. This is also for anyone who's just joined, because we were discussing, I've done like 3 little moments of let's recap, but as I'll do the whole recap again, you know, just give me 10 seconds. About 3 hours ago, Twitter started saying there's going to be big headlines this week, or today, or tonight. Then there's been rumours about the BAFTAs, something happening at the BAFTAs. But yeah, we don't know what it is. This is a live chat. For if something does happen, we'll be live. We can discuss it. I'm not gonna leak any plot details though. But if there's like a casting announcement or a returning character or something that the BBC or someone announce or put in the papers, then we'll discuss. We'll see. And it's been great fun reading everyone's theories on what this leak's actually going to be. Jay from the Inbetweeners. There's no other comment other than it just says Jay from the Inbetweeners. I don't know what you're referring to there. Maybe that's the leak. Or maybe that's Mrs. Flood's identity. They all die at the end. I do think the Interstellar Song Contest is going to be like a bloodbath of an episode. Like, I think there's going to be a surprising amount of deaths. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that entire audience gets wiped out and Mrs. Flood like stands on high doing some sort of evil dramatic speech. Yeah, Guru Bob says like the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones. Yeah, it could be Doctor Who's Red Wedding episode. I also wonder, right, will Belinda make it out of this series? Because I've got a sneaking suspicion she won't. And that would be a really big shame. Because I think Varida's great. Belinda is a fantastic companion. I hope she does carry on to next season, whether it's Shooty or another Doctor. I really hope this isn't the last we've seen of Belinda. Let's check. Let's look at the BAFTA tab. We've got Greg Davies of... He was in Doctor Who, wasn't he? He was... What's his name? King Hydroflax. He's currently giving a speech. Maybe that's the big reveal. I mean, the thing with looking at the BAFTAs for any help on what this leak could be is every British actor has been in Doctor Who. So, like, everyone at the BAFTAs has been in Doctor Who at some point. So, yeah, it's not helpful. Samantha Lawton says, as an actor on the show myself, hearing the theories is hilarious. If you are an actor on the show, obviously don't tell us what the plot is, but is it good? Will people be happy, or do you think it's going to be controversial? If you are who you claim, will it be good? Or Against the War says, OMG, Reddit saying it's Catherine Tate. What's Catherine Tate? What's Catherine Tate? Maybe we'll never know. I don't know why I was doing that as if I was expecting you to talk out the phone, like Lux it, come out of the screen into this room. That'd be terrifying. I want Cherry Sunday to meet Jackie Tyler, says Lost Cosmic Jedi. Yes, that needs to happen. Big Finish, you know what to do for the next box set. The Cherry Sunday and Jackie Tyler adventures. Against the War says 16 is Catherine Tate. No, come on. There's no way. Like, look, if that happened, if Catherine Tate was the 16th Doctor, the internet would explode. But it's not happening. Like, come on. If we're being realistic, especially if Reddit are saying it. If Reddit are saying it, I'm sorry, you've been fooled. There's no way. I'll do you one better. How is Catherine Tate? Very nice. What film is it? Infinity War reference. I know it was a Marvel one. Also, I don't look. I love Catherine Tate. She's a great actress. Donna, one of the best companions. I don't think she'd be right for the role as the Doctor. I think there are a couple of companions though who I would be like, yeah, as the Doctor. The main one being Jenna Coleman. I think Jenna Coleman would be a fantastic 16th Doctor. I think it's unlikely to happen, but if we were to have a former companion be the Doctor, take on the face of the Doctor, Jenna Coleman would probably be the best for the job. She was basically the Doctor by, like, Series 9, so, yeah. Who would you, let me know in the chat. If you had to cast someone who's already been in Doctor Who as the Doctor, the next Doctor, who would you go for? Opinions on Mel being in every other finale now? Yeah, I don't... look, Mel has always struck me as a little bit of a bizarre choice to come back for this new era. Like, I don't know. And it's one of the reasons, right, I think some of the theories about the Rani could be true. Because why'd you bring Mel back? Like, Mel is the only companion that you could really have. I suppose you could have Perry, but like Mel, Bonnie Langford and Russell are friends. If the Rani is coming back at any point, having Mel go, oh my god, it's the Rani, and then she could give some like nice exposition, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they wouldn't have to watch Time and the Rani on an iPad. But yeah, that could be the way of introducing the Rani. That'd be quite cool. Mel met the Valeyard too. Yeah. There you go. Would work. Joe Martin, there, she could be the 16th Doctor, suggests Henry. Yeah, Michael Sheen. You know what? Yeah, Michael Sheen, he'd be good as the Doctor. Simon Pegg. Yeah, I've always thought, in The World's End, when Simon Pegg is playing Gary King, like, I'd love to see a rogue version of the Doctor that's like a more mature Gary King. Like, that aesthetic played by Simon Pegg could be very funny. Chris Marshall. Yeah. It's always Chris Marshall. Whenever there's talk of another Doctor, it's always Chris Marshall. Jack Black as the next Doctor, suggests John Carr. I would never have been fully opposed to that until the Minecraft movie. After that, I don't want to see much of Jack Black for a very long time, to be quite honest. I want the Rani to dress as Mel. Imagine if the Rani comes back and dresses as Mel again. Doctor Who would... I think the fandom would shut down. I just think that'd be the plug pull. It would be over. These guesses are all far too big, yeah. Fun fact... Minecrafter says, fun fact, my dad is one of the editors for Doctor Who, and he edited the finale. I told him, though, that I don't want any spoilers, and he said, okay, you're in for a treat with the finale. Thank you, Minecrafter. You could be lying to us all. This could be the biggest deception ever. Who would have thought that a user called Minecrafter could lie to the internet? But you could be telling the truth, and if you are, your dad's cool. Shout out to your dad. I hope he had fun editing these episodes. That could be cool. You know what? If he did, your dad's a legend. Quinn Cook says 16 casting has dropped. I don't think it has. Maybe it has. We'll see. We'll see. Vortex Productions says, did you see the leaks Starry's covered? I have indeed seen the leaks Starry's covered. We don't know if they're true. They're one of many suggested leaks. I'm giving Thary's free advertisement right now. But yeah, who knows? There is the talk of a new Doctor casting, but we just don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they have alternate endings for the reality war, and it is going to be a case of seeing, like, where it goes. Because if Disney do pick up Doctor Who, they're probably going to continue with Shooty, but then we won't have a Christmas special this year. Maybe, as suggested, you'll get Joe Martin to fill in for the Christmas slot this year, then Shooty comes back afterwards. I could see something like that happening. Or they could have shot an alternate ending where Shooty does in fact regenerate. Maybe they need to cast a new Doctor. I do think, though, on the positive, the more the weeks have gone on, there is no way Doctor Who's getting cancelled forever. I'm gonna put it on the line right now. This could age horribly, but I do not think Doctor Who is getting cancelled within the next couple of years. I think if Disney have pulled out or do pull out of the deal, the BBC will continue to make Doctor Who, realistically. And sure, it might be on a low budget, maybe there'll be a lower episode count, but I can't see it going away forever. Right, let's just check the BAFTAs. There's some bloke talking, don't know who he is. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. It would be really funny if he's not, and I've just praised some dodgy person. But no, I think he is. I'm having a look on Twitter as well. Are there any updates? There's no immediate updates. You know what, guys? This alleged leak could have, in fact, just been a load of waffle. Who knows? Who knows? We'll keep going till the end of the BAFTAs, though, because if something is to be announced at the BAFTAs, we might as well get the live reaction. We'll have to wait and see, though. Yeah, you know what? After all this, I do hope there is something, even if it's a renewal announcement, even if it's a cancellation announcement. I've been the past 2 hours of me sat here being like, ooh, it could be happening. And I was weighing up as well. I was like, do I make a video on it? I can't really make a video saying there is no news. So if I do a live stream, if the news does come out, or we could be greeted with it tomorrow morning in the headlines for the tabloids, this alleged leak news. I will say though, if it is a plot leak, hide. Run and hide. I will not cover the specifics of the plot leak on this channel. I will probably talk about the leak existing because we can't do a Conrad. We can't deny its reality. If a leak's happened, a leak's happened. But if there is a plot leak, let's try and avoid it. I will try and avoid it, but it probably won't. I probably won't be able to. But we'll see. Ambika Mod would be an insane casting for the Doctor. Yeah, I wasn't aware of who she was until the other day, when I think it was like in a Reddit suggestion that she was going to be the next Doctor. I'd actually be here for it. Like, I did a little bit of research. Yeah, why not? Joe, do you think there is an anagram from Mrs. Flood? Is Mr. F. Slud Dude? What? I don't know what I just read. If you're saying, is there a Mrs. Flood, is there an anagram within Mrs. Flood? The obvious one that everybody's been talking about for months in terms of a possible anagram for Mrs. Flood is, look, she's going to stand on the Interstellar Song Contest stage, and she's going to go, what causes a flood, Doctor? And he's going to be like, I don't know. And she's going to be like, the rain. Rearrange those letters, Rani. I don't think Russell would do it, but I don't. After Susan Triad Tech, after Sue Tech, I don't know. It's not impossible. Ben, who suggests the name for the podcast should be To Be Determined. We may have a name. Which will be announced next week. I haven't. I've consulted it past Elise, Artie, Tharies, but Rosanna is yet to hear the name. So we need Rosanna's opinion on the podcast name, if it does happen. We'll have to wait and see. Does anyone else have any podcast suggestion names? Also, as ever, if I have missed your comment, please don't spam the chat, but feel free to comment it again. Or, as I say, if you super chat it, it'll flash up on my screen, so I'll be able to read it. But yeah, if I've missed it, you can just type it again, and hopefully I see it. Who be continued. That's quite good. That's quite funny. The companions. Yeah. Nice suggestion, Pete. Mrs. Flood. No, that's gone. I don't know where that's gone. Oh no, we're back. Chazo boy. No, where are the chat's moving too quickly now. Someone said the one who yaps, I think, for a podcast name. Yeah, I like it. Maybe it's in the finals. Maybe we'll see where it goes. Blue Nebula says, have you read the leaks? In terms of the leaks that may be hitting the headlines of newspapers tomorrow or tonight or coming out at the BAFTAs, I've heard a couple of suggestions about the BAFTAs announcement. I don't think it's true though. It's so bonkers. The things I've heard, I've literally just sat here and gone, that is not true. There's just absolutely, categorically no way that some of the stuff being thrown around is true. I also, right, here's my little conspiracy. I will read some more chats in a minute because I'm aware I'm missing some. I'll read, hang on. There's a couple of members who've said things. Leah D says a new movie. Thank you for being a channel member, by the way, Leah. A new movie in terms of a Doctor Who movie. I'd be here for a Doctor Who movie. I mean, they did one with Paul McGann. Do another one. We need more Paul McGann. More Doctor Who movies would be good. Bob Sherwood says, I still like the Valyard's Playground. That's a fun name for a podcast, potentially. What was I talking about before this? Someone remind me. I was going to say, I had something in my head. No, right. In terms of leaks, right, there are so many Doctor Who leaks flying around the internet. And Russell said in 2023, I think, that we are aware of leaks and whatever, and I think he basically implied they might put out fake leaks. So I wouldn't be surprised, especially after tonight, because this guy who's leaked some stuff about season 2 and got it correct. Like he leaked a bit about Lux, a bit about Robot Revolution, a bit about whatever episode. Why can't I remember? The Well. He leaked a little bit about them. I wouldn't be surprised, right, if they've deliberately put a couple of not too spoilery things in to throw people off. Like, people take the leaks as like, oh, this must be fact, but surely at this point, Bad Wolf and the BBC are used to these leaks, and I really wouldn't put it past Russell. It's fact, like, I can imagine it on Doctor Who Unleashed with Stefan Powell, where Russell's like, we put out this marvellous, absolutely marvellous fake leak, and I think people could be being played a bit, because I've seen so many things, and a lot of it sounds implausible. But then, if you were to tell me about Sue Tech, I'd have said that was probably a bit implausible. But I don't know. I think, yeah, I think after the bi-generation leak, after some of the leaks for season 1 and stuff, I think it's probably, yeah, I really wouldn't put it past them to do fake leaks. I'm also just gonna charge my phone quickly. Hopefully this doesn't collapse the whole setup. There we go. Are the BAFTAs now? Yes, the BAFTAs are currently happening. Let's check back on the BAFTAs tab. David Tennant's on screen, actually. That was a surprise. I got jump scared then. I think they're just showing a clip from the show Rivals. I think that's what it's called. Richard Gadd, Baby Reindeer. Yeah, they're just doing a little clip thing. I did for a second there. I was like, David Tennant. I was like, well, what's going on here? But no, I don't think David Tennant's doing an announcement. It was just a clip of him from a TV show. As I say, the difficult thing with a possible announcement at the BAFTAs, basically every British actor has been in Doctor Who at some point. Like Olivia Colman, all the ones you kind of forget have been in Doctor Who, they've been in Doctor Who. Oh, I've missed a lot of chats. Sorry, everyone. Please ask more questions if I've missed it. Mrs. Flood revealed to be Evil Dan. Yeah, I think we need Evil Dan to come back. Oh, apparently David Tennant didn't win an award. That's a shame. I love though. Have you lot seen the clips the singular clip? Or the actual, you might have watched it live, of when David Tennant does win a BAFTA. It is like the most heartwarming thing ever, and George is there by his side, and there's that little video played, and he's like got tears in his eyes. That's so lovely. Dreamwork Entertainment says, opinion on the potential Conrad is the master theory. I think not. I don't see how that would work. It's not impossible, but I don't think Conrad's the master, realistically. Because, I mean, we've seen him as a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like, unless he chameleon arched himself back, but I think it's unlikely. Oh, we have a super chat from Jevoka Green. Really sorry if I butchered that name. Thank you very much for the super chat, really appreciate it. They say, Joe, you're my fave Doctor Who news YouTuber. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. And Fan Film Doctor. Fan Film Doctor to Fan Film Doctor. You're a Fan Film Doctor, I'll have to check it out. Drop a comment on this live stream or another one, and I'll check out your Doctor Who fan film stuff, because I love watching Doctor Who fan films. It's one of my favourite pastimes, is just searching up, because there's so many, some which shouldn't be spoken about that are just bizarre and insensitive, but so many cool creative ideas as well. So I really appreciate the super chat, thank you very much. Hashtag the Forgotten Doctor. Very cool, very cool. We have another super chat, but I can't find where it's gone. Ollie Hammercott, thank you very much for the super chat. Did you leave a message? I don't know if you did. I can't see one if you did. Please feel free to just comment it if I have missed the message there, Ollie. But really appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much, Ollie. Yeah, really appreciated it. Thank you for the support. My chat has frozen, so I can't actually scroll down now. But no, don't worry. We're back. So yeah, thank you very much, Ollie Hammercott. Paul says, I think more Doctor Who has been filmed than we're aware of, possibly done under the name The War Between the Land and the Sea. Yeah, I've seen that going around as a theory. I think it's unlikely because Ncuti apparently, well, they could be lying, but Ncuti isn't in The War Between the Land and the Sea. Like, they've made that quite clear. I also think because you've got the Whoniverse branding and everything, they did very much want to do a load of spin-offs, but obviously that hasn't quite worked out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's 100% impossible, but I think it's unlikely that The War Between the Land and the Sea is like a secret Doctor Who season 3. I think it's probably unlikely. Tom Haynes says, what are your thoughts of David Tennant not coming back? I presume this is in reference to an article which came out, I think, today. I've screenshotted it for whenever my next news video is. So yeah, it must be today because I made a video this morning. But yeah, David was asked by an interviewer, I believe. He was asked, will you be coming back to Doctor Who? And as ever, he said, no. Not yet. If we're being real, David Tennant 100% will crop up in some form of Doctor Who media again, but I don't think it'll be for many years. I think like that was the whole thing. Like the 14th Doctor went off and lived his own life, like thriving with the Donner family, the Noble family, the Temple Noble family. So I think it's unlikely. I think as well, like Shooty needs his time to shine, and it was lovely to have David Tennant back. But I think, yeah, I think let him rest for the moment. But bring him back for another multi-Doctor special in like for the 100th anniversary. Yeah, you know what? I have faith. David Tennant, he'll still be with us by then. David Tennant back, or let's play the 75th anniversary. Why not? Where are we in the chat? I'll scroll down to try and catch it up. Billy Piper is about to win an award. Okay, this might be one to tune in if Billy Piper's about to win. Obviously, Doctor Who alumni. If there is this big announcement coming, could it be to do with Billy Piper? If she's about to win an award, maybe she's about to say something. Let's switch back to the BAFTA tab. Yeah, so it's the award for leading actress, I believe. Oh, there's Keeley Hawes. Oh no, that's Billy Piper. This is Billy Piper's moment. We'll have to wait and see. This may amount to nothing. The hype here. How many people are watching? 990. Bloody hell, I hadn't looked at the live thing. Thank you everybody who's watching, really appreciate it. We're almost at 1,000 viewers currently. I think my BAFTA stream's slightly behind everyone, but apparently Billy has won a BAFTA. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to say it officially until my BAFTA stream has caught up. There's Sharon D. Clarke. She's Doctor Who as well. Grace O'Brien. What an actress. Very cool. Very cool. They're doing all the scenes. You guys can't actually hear what I'm seeing, but yeah, I can't probably hear it either. It's like incredibly quiet. Yeah, they're going through a bunch of actor categories at the moment. Maybe Billy Piper won. Maybe she didn't. People probably already know. Oh, we have a super chat. Thank you very much, Kyle Martin. Big appreciation to Kyle Martin for the super chat, who asks, what Doctor is your favourite? Look, they're all really good, but for me, Capaldi will forever be my Doctor. Like, Matt Smith was my first Doctor, but Capaldi is just so good. Like, he's so good. And I think as well, I like grew up. Like my primary time, I joined Matt Smith halfway through, but the Doctor I got to see first from the beginning to the end was Peter Capaldi. Leading actress category, let's see. Did Billy Piper end up winning? I'm about to find out. People probably already... Oh, we've got a couple of super chats. I will come to you in a second, guys. We're just seeing whether... Whoa, we've hit 1,013 views. Thank you, everybody who's watching. No, sadly, Billy Piper did not win the award, I don't think. I'm sure she did a great job, though. But, yeah, sadly not. Let's catch up with these super chats. Right. It's Kai23. Yeah, it's Kai 2020. No, 23. I read it right the first time. Thank you very much, Kai, for the super chat. They suggest Ella Purnell as the 16th Doctor. That would be cool. Yeah, once again, there was that Reddit leak talking about the potential casting of a new Doctor, and Ella Purnell was thrown in there. Let me just Google it. I might have seen her work, actually. Hang on. Let me just... Yeah. The one from Fallout, right? Yeah, you know what? I'd be here for that. Should be a good 16th Doctor. We have another super chat here from Christian it's gone off the screen. I can't read your full name, but thank you very much, Christian. I think it says unpronounced. Christian unpronounced. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. They say, please click the like, everyone. We want to keep the Adipose continuing his theories. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, as I say, if you do want to show support, comment, like, etc., all of that would be really, really appreciated. Yeah, thank you very, very much for all of the super chats. We have another super chat as well. Rob Deltoni. Hopefully I've pronounced your name right. Sorry if not. If the war between the land and the sea secretly filmed new Doctor Who, perhaps 15 will regenerate in the finale to hide the 16th Doctor's identity. And do you ship Ryan Sinclair and Ruby Sunday? There's a lot to unpack there. Thank you very much for the super chat, Rob. Right, so War Between the Land and the Sea secretly filming new Doctor Who, I think is incredibly unlikely. I've seen people discuss that, but I think realistically it's probably not going to happen. Perhaps 15 will regenerate in the finale to hide the 16th Doctor's identity. Yeah, I reckon if 15 does regenerate at the end of the thing, it will cut to black and it won't happen. Like, we won't see the regeneration complete. It will be a bit of a mystery until they know where the show's fully going. Your final question of, do you ship Ryan Sinclair and Ruby Sunday? I've seen everybody on Twitter going on about this. No, I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't think. I was about to be really harsh there. Neither of them have the chemistry. So in a way, they go together well, but no, I don't see it. But I could be convinced. Maybe everyone in the chat, give me your best reasons as to why. Why Ruby and Ryan should get together. Ryan Sinclair, don't you dare. Yeah, apparently the actress at the BAFTAs who did win mentioned Bad Wolf, gave a name drop, so maybe the leaks and the announcement are the friends we made along the way after this whole journey. Perhaps it meant nothing. Yeah, no, I think the BAFTAs is finished. The BAFTAs is finished. Oh, come on. I love this. This is fantastic. How did it mean nothing? It meant nothing. But, I mean, there is still the possibility that tomorrow we'll have news headlines going left, right, and centre. If you want updates on this, do subscribe, turn on the notification bell, etc. Because if the leaks are hitting headlines tomorrow, as I say, I won't be covering plot leaks, but if there's a certain casting announcement or anything anything that won't ruin the show, I'll talk about it. And I will also talk about the fact if there are no leaks, I'll talk about that as well. So if you want to stay in the loop, subscribe. But bloody hell, if this has been for nothing, that's so funny. That's so funny, because Twitter was going into like an absolute meltdown over this, and maybe I mean, in a way I'd be glad if there are no actual proper official leaks, because I don't want the whole thing spoilt. But I think, yeah, I don't know. That's so funny. That's so funny. Cyber Industries employee, I think a fellow YouTuber, says, "Catch me up, I'm employed." To catch you up, I'll keep streaming for a little bit, because who knows, maybe something will come out. But to catch you up, basically, Twitter everywhere, I don't know where it originated, but everyone was saying there's going to be big headlines, big news, big leaks. Then there was a leaker who has reliably leaked things in the past saying, look out for the BAFTAs. Maybe they were being more cryptic and something will come to light in the future. But the BAFTAs have been and gone and there has been no huge announcement. So that's kind of funny. I can't. Yeah, no. People are saying I can't believe I watched the BAFTAs. Neither can I. I never normally watch the BAFTAs, but it was there. Lost Cosmic Jedi says Ryan Sinclair cameo in the finale date with Ruby. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need. Oh no, there's people asking about the leak as well. In terms of what this reliable leaker said before the new stuff, they predicted Belinda's Star Certificate, the fans in Lux, the Midnight sequel. They got a bunch of things correct. So this person was apparently reliable. But see, this is another theory I have on the leaks, right? I really wouldn't be surprised if someone actually leaked stuff about season 2. Like it was a proper and real leak. But they then, Bad Wolf, have told a bunch of, like, I don't know what you'd call it, but they've told a bunch of different staff members false stories to see who leaks the false story so they can identify the origin of all these leaks. So if the original person leaked something, then the BBC have gone round and told loads of fake stories. They can bait them into telling people something big and find out who the leaker is, if that makes sense. Like, I think that's a very reasonable possibility, especially with this, because the fact that this alleged leaker has said all of this stuff which turned out to be accurate, but they've got this BAFTA thing wrong, possibly. Maybe they've been told a fake leak so that Russell and co can identify who the leakers are. Dorco in chat. Hello, Dorco. I hope you're enjoying. Apparently there was a new trailer. There was a new trailer for Doctor Who after the thing. It was probably just like a little promo. I think they put it on BBC like all the time. Ultra 17 suggests, what about the Archangel podcast as a name? Yeah, I'm not 100% opposed to that. It's not bad. Sorry, I don't have any context, says everyone. To quickly catch people up once again, I keep catching you up, so sorry everyone who has already heard this about 5 times. I'll just run through it quickly. Basically, there was apparently going to be big announcements. There was a reliable leaker who has said something was coming up, something big. But they said look out for the BAFTAs, and we've watched the BAFTAs, and now nothing has happened. So maybe they were wrong, or maybe, as I've theorised, they were baited by the BBC so they can figure out who this leaker is, because some of the stuff he said before was correct. But who knows? I mean, Twitter's still in a frenzy. There is also the possibility that the BBC and Bad Wolf... I've lost my train of thought. No, there is also the possibility, that tomorrow is when the leaks may hit. If they are, make sure you subscribe to the notification bell on, because we'll be discussing whatever's happened or not happened. But yeah, there were rumours. I don't know where these rumours originated from. I just saw everyone on Twitter talking about it. But apparently, tomorrow we're getting headlines in, like, I think they mentioned the Sun newspaper are going to be dropping big Doctor Who spoilers. So don't... I'd advise avoiding it if it's plot spoilers. I'd advise avoiding the Sun newspaper in general, to be honest. Dorco is the next Doctor. Yeah. Needs to happen. Toy Freddy, 16th Doctor. Daniel Radcliffe. I've seen people actually suggest Daniel Radcliffe should play the Doctor. I don't know about that, to be honest. I don't know if he's quirky enough. He's a bit normal, I think. I suppose, no, there's those weird pictures of him doing a play where he's like in a dressing gown pulling some bizarre faces, so maybe. BC says, keep your eyes on the World Cup. Why don't we just keep our eyes on every single television event? Because maybe Doctor Who will crop up there. I mean, I think it's really funny because a couple of months ago, I'm pretty sure the BBC accidentally aired a Doctor Who trailer months early in the middle of like a rugby match, but because of the complete and utter lack of utter Doctor Who nerds and rugby fans, nobody noticed for a good number of hours, which is really funny because it was broadcast on TV, this trailer, and nobody noticed because Doctor Who fans aren't watching rugby. I mean, let me know in the comments if you are a rugby and Doctor Who fan. There's got to be some of you out there. Leah D says, I love your videos, they cheer me up, thank you. Thank you very much, Leah, I really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. It's always nice to hear that people appreciate this, because as I say, I always find it kind of mad that, like, I've been sat in either this room or my old room upstairs, or that room, or my room in my uni house, just talking about Doctor Who for years, and the fact that there's now loads of people, like almost 1,000 people currently watching me just chat about Doctor Who is fantastic. Like, I appreciate the support so much. Paul is an enjoyer of rugby and Doctor Who. There we go. Paul. We've found a Doctor Who rugby man. We've got a super chat from Javocus Green. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. Got the name spot on. I'm glad. I hope I pronounced it right there as well. Again, it'd be really funny if I got it right the first time, then pronounced it wrong there. But link to my series in your inbox, couldn't post here. Also, my 16th Doctor fancast is Richard Ayoade, Mel B, Rupert Grint, or Idris Elba. Idris Elba, yes, that'll be cool. Rupert Grint, yeah. I mean, people have suggested Daniel Radcliffe. I'd be on board for that. Mel B, let me give a quick Google. Mel B. Is that the Spice Girl, Mel B? Is that who you mean? I don't know if a Spice Girl Doctor would work, but who knows? Maybe. But yeah, thank you very much for the support. I appreciate that. And yeah, I will check out your Doctor Who series. When you say in my inbox, let me have a look. I want to make sure I don't miss it. If you could send a link to like either my Instagram, one of my Instagram pages or something like that, or leave a comment, I'll make sure I check it out. I don't want to miss it. But thank you very much. I appreciate the support. What else have we got going on down here? Give us a ginger doctor for the 16th. Yes, we need a ginger doctor. I've written for a ginger master in the Doctor Who Echo series, and there's a fun little line in the next part where he says the Doctor is like, "Oh, I beat you to it," which spoilers, guys, spoilers. Fizzgig says, "Found you through my 76-year-old mum who loves you." Shout out to Fizzgig's mum. Awesome. Chris Marshall, yeah, we've had the Chris Marshall things. Tom Haynes says, "Why did you say there's an announcement? Why did you say there's an announcement? Tom, I've seen your message. I'm sorry." He's still going. Tom, I'm very sorry. It's Schrodinger's announcement currently. It's both a real announcement and not a real announcement. There's been rumours about it hitting tabloids. There was talk about it happening at the BAFTAs, and I don't think it's happened. But it categorically did not happen at the BAFTAs, but it could have been a more cryptic tease for someone at the BAFTAs being cast or having some relation to Doctor Who. We'll just have to wait and see. We will know by tomorrow morning, though, because by tomorrow morning we will find out. The box will be removed. We will find out whether the cat is dead or alive, because currently it's dead and alive. It's Mel B is the girl band Spice Girls dude. Yeah, I thought so. Elise, you've just joined after we've waited. We've watched the BAFTAs, right, to find this big leak that was apparently going to happen, because a reliable leaker said something was going to be announced at the BAFTAs, and in fact nothing has yet happened, which is quite funny. Also, for everyone that watches the podcast and asks whether Elise has a channel, you can scroll up and try and find it in the live chat. That's Elise's channel. Elise, I think she has one Doctor Who video, Painting Gallifrey, I think. Sorry if I'm wrong. Simon Limbarcher, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, says, "Do you have any contact with other Doctor Who YouTubers? Are there any crossovers happening?" Myself and Tharies are very good friends. Yeah, we were discussing these potential leaks a couple of hours ago. But yeah, no, I enjoy crossing over with Doctor Who YouTubers. It's such a fun community, because sometimes there's a lot of negativity and negative voices within the Doctor Who space, but I also find that it is a really welcoming and supportive, lovely little community. So yeah, shout out to the Doctor Who people. Tharis is cool. I met him once, says Ben Who. Yeah. I don't know why I said yeah, as if I've met the real Tharis as well. But no, yeah, Tharis is lovely. Leah D says, "I like your idea about Bad Wolf because they give fake leaks to actors to see if they leak on soaps they give fake leaks to actors to see if they leak the storylines." Yeah, I genuinely, I think it is a possibility that, because people keep talking as well. There's also, right, I'm finally going to address this. People were talking about it earlier, and I forgot to mention it. Nathan Bridges says you should talk to Nerd Den. I've met Nerd Den a couple of times. We filmed for the DW 2012 fan series. Nerd Den's also in Doctor Who Echo's Destiny. He has a brief cameo there. He's a lovely guy as well. Jack's lovely. What was I saying? I was about to address something people have been asking for ages. The dialogue leaks, right? There were dialogue leaks, alleged dialogue leaks. Okay, I want to stress alleged dialogue leaks for the upcoming season of Doctor Who. And I can categorically say right now that those are false. I can't say how I know they're false, but those dialogue leaks are not real. And this is one of those things where I think Bad Wolf are probably leaking deliberately fake information so that people are thrown off the scent. So, I'm just telling you now, the dialogue leaks, not real. Let's catch up with the chat. Joe Dude, Mr. Ringerding is here. Is Mr. Ringerding here? VII Photography, or Roman numerals photography, says, "Joe, aren't you Mrs. Flood?" Yeah, I am Mrs. Flood. There we go. I can just see Mr. Ringerding crop up on my phone. Hello, Mr. Ringerding. How does it feel being the universe being light itself or whatever. Ben who says, I'm sorry guys, I leaked the leaks. Not again, Ben Who. You leaked the leaks. Eleanor says, Joe, I reckon you should be the 16th Doctor. I reckon that too. You know what? I don't know why. Maybe I am. Maybe that's the announcement. I'm gonna wait till the end of the stream, drop I'm the next Doctor and dip. No, I'm not the next Doctor. I'm not a good enough actor, I'm afraid. They need someone that can actually act well. Yeah, someone that's probably more qualified than an A-level in drama would be good. Let's skip to the bottom. Sorry if I've missed any questions. Please keep asking your questions. What Dr. Master says, Mr. Ringading, if I tickle you, will you go tee-hee? Don't make him laugh. What's this live chat descended into? Salmonus Prime says, I say Johnny Depp as the next Doctor. I say probably not, if I'm being honest. I think if any of you know Rosanna from our podcast, her dad went clubbing with Johnny Depp a while back, I think. I think that's the story. I'll let Rosanna tell it on the next podcast, but that's quite funny. John Barrowman as the 16th Doctor suggests Tib rules 65. No. I don't think so, I'm afraid. Movie Mouse says Disney Plus has been having on ice advertisements in NHS I can't read. I'm so tired. Sorry, guys. NHL playoff games, not NHS adverts. That would be. Well, I suppose that's the Doctor. They would be advertising doctors there. Something about Wolverines would be a nice Canadian. He's an ex-hockey player and a great actor. I completely lost track of what that comment was saying, but I either agree, disagree, or don't know. Those are... Mr. Ringading, you've got the best idea ever. The PG Tips Monkey as the next Doctor. Sorry to everyone who's tuned in for leaks. I can see the viewership dropping as we speak. But did you see that the PG Tips Monkey has come back to the PG Tips adverts? Whoa. Chip Shop Diva as the 16th Doctor. Yes, that Chip Shop Diva, right? That was so funny on TikTok because my grandparents live right near where Chip Shop Diva's chip shop is. So when I saw that going viral on TikTok, I was like, oh my god, I've got chips from that chip shop before. I've never met the Chip Shop Diva though. This is... Everybody tuned in for Doctor Who leaks. She's getting this absolute waffle. Let's answer some Doctor Who questions, right? A cat in the box as the 16th Doctor. Yeah. If the PG Tips Monkey is the Doctor, then Basil Brush is the Master. Boom, boom. Lydia Wilson instead of Lydia West as the 16th Doctor. I don't know who Lydia Wilson is. Let's have a quick Google. Lydia Wilson. I could see Doctor Who vibes. I don't think I've ever... She's in Star Trek, I think. This might anger some people in the comments, right? See if you can convince me. I have never seen Star Trek. Should I watch Star Trek? Is it worth it? Do I go on that journey? I've seen clips of Star Trek. I've seen when that big monster throws the rock in the classic Star Trek. Like he's having a scrap with a bloke and they're throwing rocks at each other or something. Maybe I'll watch it. Watch Andor suggests somebody. I don't know where your chat's gone. It is right up next on my watch list. It's literally, I'm going to start watching it Wednesday, which seems oddly specific. I don't plan my life that much, but that's the next day where I'm properly free to have time to watch TV. So, yeah, watch Black Mirror. I've watched Black Mirror. I love Black Mirror. It's so good. I am yet to see, though, the latest season of Black Mirror. I know Peter Capaldi's in it, and I feel... Tom Haynes, why are you shouting? I'm sorry, Tom Haynes. Goodbye, though. I hope you enjoy. What was I saying? I've completely lost my train of thought again. Gary Oldman as the new Doctor. Sure, why not? Go for it. Thomas Agai says, in this scene, the confused Adipose is wearing a wig and no one told him. This is his genuine reaction. Shocked emoji. That's true. This is a wig. It's a great wig. An elaborate wig. Someone's claiming they're the Doctor. Someone actually, here's a good question, right? Okay. Could Gugu Mbatha-Raw be playing the 16th Doctor? I see why you suggest this, because she's one of the leads in the spin-off. For those of you who don't know, she played Martha's sister Tish back in Series 3. I don't think so, though. I think Gugu Mbatha-Raw is playing a Sea Devil. I say I think. We basically know. That's a little bit of a leak for you. We've finally got an actual leak. I think she's playing a Sea Devil, and I think the rough plot of The War Between the Land and the Sea is her Sea Devil falls in love with a human, Russell Tovey's character, and I think it's going to be a kind of little Romeo and Juliet type situation with Russell Tovey working for UNIT, who are fighting against the Sea Devils, Gugu Mbatha-Raw being a Sea Devil who they fall for each other, and that all goes down. Someone asks, are you actually real? No. No, I'm not. I'm not real. I hate to... Yeah, sorry guys. It's all a lie. I'm not real. Cybus Industries employee says, Russell Tovey always playing straight characters beside Alonso. Yeah, I suppose. No. Russell Tovey plays, I can't remember his name, in Years and Years. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Have you ever watched Life on Mars? I absolutely love Life on Mars, that one, gamer. Such a good show. It's great. I spent lockdown was when I watched it for the first time, and it was in those, like, you know, if you're in the United Kingdom during lockdown, it was like there was really sunny days. That was like one of the enjoying and good things about COVID. There weren't many, but I'd go on like a long walk in the sun, come back, watch an episode of Life on Mars, binge the whole series really quickly. Ashes to Ashes is pretty good as well. I like Ashes to Ashes. Barry Scott as the Sillet Bang Doctor. That's exactly... Is Barry Scott still... Is he still kicking? Let's see. Barry Scott, the Grime and Shine, or whatever he is. Barry Scott. Where is he now? Including... That's probably the wrong one. Barry Scott. Yeah, no, he doesn't even come up on good. Oh no, there he is. The true story of Barry Scott is an entire video essay. I'll have to add that to my watch later. Bang, and the dirt is gone. Exactly. Ronnie Pickering as the 16th Doctor. Sure. Right, guys, can we get some good Doctor Who comments? I feel like we've veered too far off task here. You can send me theories or speculation on what you think the leaks may be or something. We'll resume. We're going back into Doctor Who territory. Do you think RTD could be Mrs. Flood? Yeah, why not? She rips off a mask and it's Russell underneath, just shouting, "Absolutely marvellous." This is what we need. This is what the series needs. The Vlinks is the 16th Doctor. Can I just say on the Vlinks, right? What's the point? Like, genuinely, especially, it was... the Vlinks became my #1 enemy when in Lucky Day they just disappear into the floor. Why do you exist, Vlinks? Like, you contribute nothing of worth to the plot, but maybe they're saving them. The War Between the Land and the Sea is going to be the Vlinks' time to shine, because I'm on board for the idea. Also, shout out to the Rumiant. Does anyone know what the Rumiant is? Because we explained it on the podcast the other week, but Russell was going to have a big sci-fi cow working in UNIT, like a cow as a unit operator. This is not a joke. He explains it in the Giggle commentary. And it goes further than that, right? This cow that works for UNIT was going to rip off their head and be Stephen from the classic series. That's not a joke. That's genuinely a suggestion by Russell. You can see it in the Giggle commentary. Thankfully, it didn't happen. It's an incredibly funny suggestion, but it didn't happen. We have a super chat. Very, 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 very appreciative. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Those are the words. Thank you very much to Adrian Bryan. Hopefully I said that correctly. AD Gaga. That's a good username. Thank you very much for the super chat. They say, just a little tip for being a decent bloke. Keep up the brilliant videos, cheers. Thank you very much, Adrian. I really appreciate that. It is, as I say, it's always lovely to know that people enjoy this content because, yeah, I have so much fun making it and just talking about Doctor Who. So everyone who allows me to keep doing this, really, really appreciate it. Thank you all. Barney the dinosaur is the 16th Doctor. Yeah, you know what? The manatees Manatees that write Family Guy jokes should be the Doctor. The manatees, I presume that's like a Family Guy joke that I don't. I haven't watched much Family Guy, to be honest. Jim from Friday Night Dinner as the 16th Doctor. Wilson as the companion. Didn't Wilson die? There's a new dog. What's Jim's new dog called? Milson the dog. It's the new canine. Samuel in chat. Thank you very much, Samuel, for the super chat. Samuel, we'll have to do a collaboration at some point. I was on Samuel's podcast before. You can go and check it out if you want. It was a fun episode. Thank you, Samuel. I just want some more Davros in some capacity. Yeah, 100%. Davros is such a good villain. Like, I just, yeah. Because we haven't had a proper Davros story for how long? 11 years? Maybe 11 years? And he's only really had 2 proper appearances in New Who. I want them to do something different with him. I suppose we actually had Davros in 2023, but that doesn't count. Yeah, I'm totally on board for another Davros kind of episode at some point. We have another super chat from Anna Bellabees. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Anna, but thank you very much, Anna, for the super chat. Thank you for making these videos. No worries. Thank you for watching. Like, I wouldn't be doing it without all of you guys here. I'd just be shouting into the void. So thank you very much for that. Matt Berry, lol, but I can see it. You know what? I can't remember whether it's a rumour or whether it was confirmed somewhere, but apparently during Series 9, Matt Berry there was a script commissioned, right, for the meddling monk to return to Doctor Who, and Matt Berry was like #1 on the casting list, but they never made it, and I think Sleep No More took its place, which is so funny, because what a mess. And I think the original plot of it was going to be, like, the meddling monk, because his whole deal is just like meddling in history and stuff. He goes back, and obviously this was before Power of the Doctor, before the Master was canonically Rasputin. Matt Berry as the monk goes back to Rasputin, plays him the Bonnie M. Rasputin song, Rah Rah Rasputin, and it drives Rasputin mad. Then the meddling monk rings up the Doctor and goes, look, I need help, I've messed up history, and the meddling monk has to take the place of Rasputin to correct the timeline. I think that was the original plan, which is really funny. Sorry if I've missed any other... Oh, we've got another super chat from Cybus Industries employee. Thank you very much, Cybus Industries employee. Really appreciate it. Here's £2. Buy yourself an ice cream. I will. You guys can suggest, actually, what ice cream should I buy with that £2? Because it's getting warmer and warmer in the United Kingdom. That'll be tomorrow's task. I'll go to the shop, courtesy of Cybus Industries employee, and buy an ice cream. But what ice cream should I buy? Let me know. Let me know your ice creams in the comments down below. See if you can guess my favourite ice cream. Actually, I'll come up with a favourite ice cream and you can guess it. What a fun live stream this is. We've got another super chat from Hippie Days 35. Thank you very much, Hippie Days 35. Joining the super chat just to say, love your channel, and the community comments today have been loads of positive fun. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, it's been a surprisingly cheery chat. Like, there was one guy that was spamming and I think got a little angry for some reason. But apart from that, there's been no aggressiveness. Maybe we've got the moderators working overtime. If we have, shout out to the moderators. I think Zach's one of the moderators. I don't know if Zach's here. Shout out to Zach if he is here. Yeah, no. Mint, because you're a psychopath. No, I can reveal on the ice cream reveal, mint is not in fact. I don't like mint ice cream. Never have, never will. Vanilla, no, I'm not that boring. I do like a vanilla ice cream though. Strawberry and vanilla, that is good. I like strawberry and vanilla, but no. Calypso, pistachio, Solero, Mr. Whippy. Buy soup for not ice cream. Buy soup? I am going to buy ice cream, not soup. For God's sake. Dubai chocolate is the 16th Doctor, apparently. It must be true. Slovena Carpenter and Dubai Chocolate as the next Doctor companion team. You're a wrong and I bet coffee or something. No, it's quite boring. I'm just going to go with a good tub of chocolate ice cream. That's my favourite ice cream, I'd say. Or I like Magnums, orange Calippos and chocolate or white Magnums, or a tub of chocolate ice cream. Those are my go-tos. Those are like the ideal. We'll see in a minute if, if people kick off. We've got a super chat though from Xander N Lies, who says pistachio ice cream. Is that a thing? I've never had pistachio ice cream. Also, Stephen Burkhoff for 16. You've mentioned my mortal enemy there, slander and lies. Stephen Burkhoff. One day, me and Stephen Burkhoff we're gonna have a boxing match, guaranteed, and I'm gonna win. No, Stephen if you want to know why I've got major beef with Stephen Burkhoff, you can go and check out our Doctor Who podcast that doesn't have a name, which is fantastic advertising. But no, Stephen Burkhoff is genuinely my number one enemy. We have another super chat that Cybus Industries says he wants a refund. I'm sorry. Cybus Industries, what would you suggest if I were to get an ice cream of your choice? I'll try it. What should I get? Jadooning95 has sent a super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. They say, I just want a Revenge of the Sycorax episode. Very underrated aliens. We need them back. Been watching for years. Thank you for all the content. Yes. I didn't know we needed that until you said it, Jadooning95. Revenge of the Sycorax. Why haven't we seen it? Well, I suppose they were blown up within an inch of their life. But they've got to exist somewhere. I mean, Russell originally planned to have them crop up briefly in the Stolen Earth. They were going to be at the Shadow Proclamation, which myself and Rory Stock actually recorded a video about this, coming out soon. But yeah, no, Revenge of the Sycorax. I suppose, yeah, I don't know why they've never done it. I think it'll happen one day. They're one of those Doctor Who villains that I think, give it 10 years, they'll crop up somewhere. That's provided the show's still on. It will be. I have hope. Right, sorry if I've missed any questions. As ever, please feel free to ask them again in case I've missed them. Or if you want to super chat it, it'll flash up on my screen, so I will definitely see it. But thank you all for the support as well. Got any thoughts? Ollie, oh, the chat's moving. Ollie says, got any thoughts on Belinda being the 16th Doctor? Like, was there a reason the Doctor knew Belinda's story and the story and the engine, and also the fact that she knew what a TARDIS was in episode 1? I don't know about Belinda being the Doctor necessarily, but I think there may be more to Belinda than initially meets the eye, because her dad, we know, is called Harry, spelt Hari. Could her mum have a name where you add them together and it makes Harbinger or something? Perhaps. Also, her knowledge of a TARDIS, there's been a couple of little hints. Maybe there is more to Belinda than we're initially expecting. Do you think Ruby will take over from Kate Stewart when Kate eventually leaves? Maybe. I hadn't thought about that. Or I think the more likely possibility is that Kate sadly sacrifices herself to save the day at the end of the War on the Land of the Sea, or something along those lines. But yeah, I think Mel would probably take over first. Shirley Ann Bingham, actually, she'd be a good unit leader. Who knows? Dr. Master says, what's your go-to cinema snack for the cinema finale? Ooh, am I going to let everybody down in the chat again? We'll have to see. Go-to cinema snack, maybe Galaxy. Are they called Revels? The little chocolate Galaxy things. Those are quite nice. As a kid, what are they called? The Magic Stars. Those were great. I don't like popcorn though. I'm sorry. Controversial take. I'm not the biggest popcorn fan. What else? I usually get an ice cream, courtesy of Cybus Industries. I'll get an ice cream when I go to the cinema. That'll be what I do. Rory's in chat. Rory says, well, thank you very much for the super chat, Rory. Guess who? My ears are burning, lol. Yeah, there we go. Hello, Rory. Rory, I'm going to break some bad news to you live on stream. Okay. This is going to be witnessed by 735 people. The video we recorded the other day, right? It's fantastic. It's great. Apart from a chunk of it, for some reason, has not recorded our face cams. And I only found that out earlier when I was looking through the footage. So I'm sorry, Rory. We're going to figure it out, though. I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we reshoot a little bit, the section where our face cams disappeared. But when I saw it, I genuinely almost slammed my head off this desk. Painful, painful. But there you go. I'm sorry to break the bad news to you live on stream, Rory. Liam, thank you very much, Liam, for the super chat. Liam suggests Matt Smith as the next master. It's, you know what, like, it's a crazy idea, but I would kind of be here for it. It is. I mentioned it earlier, but it would literally just be ripping off not Infinity War. What's the new one called? I don't keep up with Marvel properly anymore. Doomsday. Yeah, because he's Doom. Robert Downey Jr. coming back to play Doctor Doom. It would kind of be like that. But I would love to see Matt Smith as the Master. The only thing that maybe makes me a little bit apprehensive on that is Matt Smith's questionable existence as Mr. Clever in Nightmare in Silver. So perhaps not. But who knows? Maybe. I would be here for it. I think he'd do it justice. Matt Smith as the Master would be quite fun. The Boxed Cat says, Joe, are you actually Evil Dan? Yes. Yes, I am. Matt Smith as the cyber planner, yeah, the cyber planner. I think that Ruby's dad is important. He's been name dropped a few times, and I know Russell, it's not a throwaway line. Yeah, I agree. I presume Cybus Industries employee, was that your Trickster video? Is that one of the theories there? Because same wavelength. I see it. I could see Ruby's dad being not the trickster as such. I don't think the trickster just has kids. But then Sky was going to be the kid of the trickster. So who knows? Who knows? I think there's definitely more to come in the mystery. Do you think Jim from Friday Night Dinner's actor would make a good second Doctor recast? Yeah. He's a bit tall. He's a bit too tall is the only problem. If you shrunk him, put him in like a shrink machine, those must exist. Yeah. I hadn't thought about it. I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to say yeah. If he was smaller, shrink him, and then we'll be on. Jamie Lee Hamilton has just sent in a very generous super chat. Thank you very much, Jamie Lee Hamilton. Jamie says, just wanted to get your attention, lol. Question, did Belinda name the TARDIS before the Doctor revealed it in the Robot Revolution? She indeed did. Now, I've rewatched this a couple of times to make sure, but yeah, the Doctor never says to Belinda, of course it could be a cut scene, or we could just, like, after this long, we could just have had like, oh, okay, well, it's logic that the Doctor would have told her off screen. But no, she says, is this your TARDIS? Before the Doctor has ever mentioned that word to her. How does she know? How does he know? Bizarre. So yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised. I think there could be more to Belinda than meets the eye initially. Jack McAvoy, the Doctor could be a lizard. Why not? Silurian. You know what? We could potentially at one day get an alien Doctor. Because I've always liked the idea, and I've always thought it should be kind of canonised, that Time Lords don't just regenerate to look like humans. They should regenerate to look like other species. A Silurian Doctor would be quite funny. Maybe not full term, but like if we were talking about the episode ideas we were talking about before, with the like, each Doctor gets their own Christmas special or something, I could see it, a Silurian Doctor. That would be quite funny. I don't know how we got there, but we did. Can Skongo play the bongos? Skongo can indeed play the bongos. It's Skongo's favourite thing to do. What's your least favourite episode? Least favourite. It's a tricky one. I like all of Doctor Who, if I'm honest. There are episodes which make me want to punch a wall. Maybe it's recency bias, but I'm... Empire of Death, maybe. No, it can't. I don't think that's the worst. You've got your Sleep No More, 42. Those are two episodes I never particularly get on with. Like, I'm never compelled to rewatch them as such, so I might go with one of them, perhaps. But probably, I don't know. I'll get back. Orphan 55, someone suggested that in chat. That's not a bad shout. I don't know. Oh, no, it might be one of the bland, like, Series 11 ones. But no, I quite like most of Jodie's era, to be fair. No, I tell you what it is. Once Upon Time from Flux. I I really loved Flux. Episodes 1 and 2, I was like, we're in. I'm on board. Dan's funny. 13's popping off. Thasmin, etc. This is going places. And then Once Upon a Time happens and completely wobbles the series, in my opinion. So I might go with Once Upon a Time. Maybe, if you ask me on a different day, I'll have a different answer, but who knows? Elise says, humans look like Time Lords. Time Lords came first. I'm so sorry, Elise. You're correct. I stand corrected. Revoke my Doctor Who fandom card. Doctor Who says, I want a cow as the Doctor. Sure. You know what? The Rumiant could be the companion. This unit's secret cow. Dr. Cow. That's great. That's great. Actually, that feels Dr. Cow. Don't quote me on that. That feels like something like one of the right-wing grifter channels would call the 13th Doctor's era. When I say Dr. Cow, I mean an actual cow. I'm not being one of them. David Tennant as the 16th Doctor. No, Prof. Hulk. No. David's done his time. Seeing David again, though, at some point in the not near future, in the distant future, I'm on board for. But an immediate David, no. Cow hater. Skongo, is that you? Yes, it is. It is Skongo. Regenerates into an ant. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? You know what? Yeah, Ant Doctor. Here we go. We should... No, it's in, like in Loki. You know the Disney Plus Loki series, where you've got, like, the alligator Loki. I mean, they've even got their own Schalke Loki. Like, you can have alligator Doctor. This is good. Regenerates into a penguin. Yeah. Loki Gator. Yeah. The cabbages of Skongo. Nice one, Alan. No. The comparisons cannot. No. Daddy Pig is the 16th Doctor. Of course. Could be Matt Smith or Christopher Eccleston. Frobisher. I think Frobisher should be in the actual show. I'm a fan of Frobisher without ever actually reading or listening to Frobisher expanded media. For those of you who don't know, he's a penguin that's a companion to the 6th Doctor in expanded media. And that's all the pitch I need to be like, Frobisher's a good character. Like, a companion that's a penguin. Why not? Like, that's great. It's genius. Marvellous, as Russell would say. Absolutely marvellous. Richard Gadd. Yeah, Baby Reindeer is such a good series. I've seen a lot of people suggesting him as the Doctor. I don't know. Maybe not. I've only seen his performance in Baby Reindeer, and it was really, really good, but I'd have to see more of him to know whether I think he'd be a good Doctor. Dr. Master says, please go live again, make this a regular feature. This is so fun. Yeah, I should go live more often. I don't know why I don't. I always really enjoy it. Like, I was planning to do this for what, like an hour, and we've been here a long while, I think. Started streaming 102 minutes ago. How long is that? As you can tell, I didn't do very well in my maths GCSE all those years ago. 102 minutes. No, we're going to work this out live on stream. Right. So if you, like, basically half that's like 50 minutes. That's roughly 20 minutes off 2 hours. It's an hour, nearly two. I'm going to round it up to 2 hours. We've been streaming for 2 hours. I'm great at maths. Catcher says, do not forget that Ruby is like 3,000 years old, as it was shown briefly in season 1 on a screen in the TARDIS. Is she? Does it say that? That's news to me. Hugh Grant as the Master. Hugh Grant as the Master would be fantastic if he played it exactly like the villain in Paddington 2. Like, that would be so funny. Just putting on all the disguises, all of that. That would be absolutely marvellous. I've got to stop saying that's slipped into my, like, phrases. It's like a default phrase, is absolutely marvellous. Where have we got? Huge Grant as the 16th Doctor, suggests Jack. Confused Adipose as the Master. I think I'd be a terrible, yeah. My brain just had a brief lag there. Blue Nebula says Paddington as the Doctor. Yeah, like that would get people talking. Imagine, yeah. What's going on here? just a massive bloke called Grant. Yeah, this is what the world needs. If if Hugh Grant comes back, bring back all of the Curse of the Fatal Death actors. I unironically think, right, all of the Curse of the Fatal Death doctors are brilliant. Like, they're all really good. And Joanna Lumley, why didn't we get her as the Doctor? I'm sorry, like, genuinely, if there was a parallel timeline where we could have had an actual Joanna Lumley Doctor, that would be the best thing ever. Like, that would be so, so good. Right, let's catch up with the chat. What about Richard E. Grant as the Doctor? I'd be interested to see it in like live action and whatnot, because I tried to watch Scream of the Shalka, but it's not my cup of tea, to be honest. So who knows? One series of Miriam Margolyes, that would be fun. Yeah, genuinely, Miriam Margolyes would. Oh, what a woman! She should be the Doctor. We should have a Meep companion. Meep companion, Margolyes Doctor. That's what the world needs. I wonder if Belinda is Mrs. Flood's harbinger. She's involved in the final plan and doesn't even know. Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. Yeah, as I say, there's maybe her parents are harbingers or whatever. Because the other thing with Belinda's parents being harbingers, right? It's all coming back to me, the theories. I haven't said this in a video yet, so you're getting an exclusive here, guys. Belinda keeps mentioning to the Doctor, oh, my dad laughs, he loves to laugh. Don't make me laugh. The giggle. Is there a connection there? I think she mentions that her mum plays the violin. Maestro plays the violin. Are these little hints? Or is this Doctor Who fan brain taken to the next level? What else have we got? Should Torchwood be brought back / reintegrated into the Whoniverse? My opinions on this have drastically changed. If you asked me 5 years ago, 100%, I was proper gunning for a Torchwood reboot. But I don't quite know how it would work in 2025. Because I feel like, one, the BBC and John Barrowman have gone their separate ways. And I feel like John Barrowman is intrinsically part of Torchwood as a show's DNA. So sure, you could have Eve Miles leading a Torchwood team, but then I don't know. I think you kind of need Captain Jack there, and I think John Barrowman went down the route of not just apologising and changing. He stuck his feet in the mud, and I can't see it happening, I'm afraid. But if Torchwood was announced to be coming back, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I'd be concerned. That feels like a YouTube video essay title. Arc Troopers Bricks says, I'm praying for an Omega return in the finale. Genuinely, if Omega is in the finale, I will probably cry. I have waited. I've done my waiting. I am the one who waits, actually. It's me. I have waited so many years for that. So if it does happen, I'd be so on board with it. Currently, though, I don't know. Obviously, you've got the talk of the unholy trinity, but I can't quite see where Omega would fit in it. But oh my god, yeah, someone there has just put, what if Omega's a big dog? If Omega comes back, he's got to have the cool mask. He's got to be played by Brian Blessed as well. That'd be banging. But not a dog or a cat or an animal. Please don't make Omega an animal. I won't judge it until I've seen it, but Omega the cat. That'll be... Ollie W says blink twice if you're in the finale. Well, I've just blinked more than twice. Does that mean I'm in the finale or not? Maybe I'm in the... Can I will myself into the finale? Do you reckon that's a possibility? If I just try really hard? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe, look, maybe a YouTuber is in the finale, and that's me. But no. No, I'm not in the finale. Just like I wasn't in Lux. You can tell me I'm in Lux all you like. I'm gonna will myself into Lux. I'm in Lux. Okay, guys, I'm in Lux. I'm in Lux. He's in the audience at the theatre watching the finale. Yeah. Dr. Master says we should make a fake leak to bait the fandom. That would be so funny. You best believe I have considered and tried that before. And once, will this start drama? I won't reveal who, but there is a YouTube channel on the Not My Doctor side of the fandom that during the Jodie era, I was able to, I created a fake Photoshop leak that they did a big report on, and they did a little podcast thing going, oh, I can't believe that this is happening in the Jodie era. And it was just me and a group of people on Discord at like 3 a.m. photoshopping some absolutely ridiculous scenario together. I don't know if that video is even still up, and it was about 4 years ago, but it was so funny. It was so funny. But yeah, I don't want to start any drama. I try my best to stay out of drama. There's a lot of drama on Twitter, which is why I don't really tweet. But that was funny. That was funny. It wasn't actually Bolstrek. No. I'm not going to name drop who though, because they have once before. I made a single joke in one video, and then they came into my DMs. Scary stuff. When are we going to find out if it's a leak or a lie? Probably tomorrow morning. Don't worry though, this stream will probably not go on till tomorrow morning, but I'm having good fun just answering questions right now. So we'll keep going until I faint or get tired. See, I'm prepared for this as well. I've got 2 drinks, one of which is literally just, I was about to tip it over, water. But yeah. Reminiscing about the COVID era of the fandom, I don't suppose you remember making a Doctor Who story with AI. I made a video inspired by it. Yeah, I remember that. That was before actual AI was like a thing. It was like one of those story generators. And I made it make a 13th Doctor story. I link your video that you made inspired by it. I'd love to see that. That's funny. I remember the COVID era of this channel was so much fun. Ooh, Joe. I said ooh, as that's literally the thing that Harvey YC_05 has said. Ooh, Joe, favourite pizza topping. I don't actually know. I don't like pineapples on pizza though. That's a really boring thing to say. Like, not controversial at all, but I'm saying it. Anyone who likes pineapples on pizza, I will fight you in this live chat right now. It's wrong. It's weird. Pepperoni, that's so boring. But I like pepperoni pizzas, always like good because it's cheap as well. It's always like, I'm a man of money saving. Like, if I'm getting a pizza, I'll go for a cheaper option because they always charge so much for toppings. And I'm like, come on, like, how are you charging me that much for pizza toppings? Dalek return for the finale. What do you think? I think it's unlikely that Daleks are going to crop up in the finale. If truth be told, I don't think they will. If they are, I think it will be a cliffhanger. Mrs. Flood is Davros confirmed. Maybe. Anchovies, the goat. Maybe. I don't think I've ever had an anchovy on a pizza. Maybe I need to do that now. Just get pizza from Asda done. Yeah. Who doesn't love Asda pizza? Pineapple, olive, and jalapeno all the way. Maybe. I don't think I've ever tried that combo. You really remind me of a celebrity, and I can't put my finger on it. Kinda Martin Short. Who's Martin Short? I hope this is nice. Let's Google Martin Short. I've been compared to shout out to Martin Short. He went out with Meryl Streep apparently. Wow. Father of the Bride, Only Murders in the Building. I was compared to, what's his name? The guy that goes on Would I Lie to You, who's a poet. Is it Alice Cooper? Apparently. No, I don't think it's Alice Cooper. No, I'm thinking of Cooper. It's Cooper. John Cooper Clarke, I think is his name. When I have my sunglasses on, apparently I look like a young John Cooper Clarke, I've heard. Which is quite funny. Ryan Reynolds, yeah, that's right. I look like Ryan Reynolds. That's completely, we'll roll with that. Why not? Oh, we have a fantastic super chat from Gary Wickersham. Thank you very much, Gary. Really appreciated. go buy yourself a ham and pineapple pizza on me. You know what? I will. Because of this super chat, I will try pineapple on pizza, and then if someone reminds me, I will get back to you with the results. Will my taste buds have changed? Because I've refused to have pineapple on pizza since I was about 10. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you very much, Gary. Really appreciate it. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe you're going to change my mind. I've got to order it now. Oh, no. Ice cream on the pizza. No. That's one step too far. One step too far. No ice cream on the pizza. I suppose actually we could could do what are they called? Is it a mukbang where they're like eating food while doing it? We could get the ice cream from Cybus Industries employee, then the pizza from Gary, and that's exactly the content this channel needs. Oh, dearie me. Roger App William. App means son of. His name is Roger, son of G. William. Ruby Sunday's dad is named William. Ruby and Roger G. App Williams are siblings. Ooh, I'd never thought of that, but why not? Why not? Maybe. I don't know. I have no opinions on that. Maybe. Cybus Industries employee. Who view mukbang? There kind of is in the next episode. We filmed it yesterday. Tharies forgot, right, when we started recording the podcast, Tharies, we'd agreed to start at 7. Rosanna unfortunately couldn't make it, so she warned us half an hour before, but we confirmed in the group chat, we were like, 7, okay, we'll carry on, we'll just do it at 7, see you all there. It gets to 7, me, Artie and Elise are sat in our call ready to record, and Tharies is like, I thought it was starting at 8 o'clock, I've just ordered a Chinese. So there's like a 10-minute segment where an Uber driver rocks up, and Tharies just eats his Chinese while talking about the new episode. Did any chips go cold? I don't know. Maybe you'll have to ask Tharies. Did his chips go cold? I saw him scranning chicken balls. I don't think he had chips actually. Yeah, he had chicken balls and something else. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember his order. It was chicken balls. That's all I remember. That's it. That's all I remember, I'm afraid. Doctor Who Mania, thank you very much. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Elise. Tharies had noodles. Doctor Who Mania, thank you very much for the super chat. They say, when will we see the next Echo fan film? Well, Doctor Who Mania, I was editing this about 9 a.m. this morning. A really nice scene. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's 2 characters in a TARDIS. Elise, who's currently in the live chat. Elise, it's your big moment as the Doctor, where you're yelling up into the clouds, shouting, confident step forward. It's where, I guess it's kind of a clue, the song Hold the Line by, I can't remember the band, whatever, that song. If I had the budget, that song would be played in this moment. We don't have the budget, so alas, but it's a very good moment. And as well, Charlie Joe, our composer, hasn't got it yet, but she's going to do a fantastic job. Some of the scores she's created, there's another original song as well that plays during a big moment. It's going to be fun. I feel like Russell T Davies, it's marvellous, absolutely marvellous. But no, the next Echo fan film, I haven't actually answered your question yet. Next Echo fan film it will 100% be at sometime in summer. No later than... Let me remember my months. No later than August. It will be before August. I don't know when, but it will be before August. Guaranteed. A trailer for the next Echo fan film will, in fact, be coming during this series. The trailer will drop before this series is over, and the trailer, I think, I've got a rough draft of it. It's going to have Hold the Line by Toto. Thank you to whoever pointed that out. It's going to have that in. It's a big film. There's a lot happening, a lot of characters, a lot of climactic moments. it should be good, and I hope you all enjoy it. Yeah, I hope you all enjoy it. I have a you almost caught me there. HMVA. No, I'm not going to wish that fictional person a happy birthday. Nice try. Trailer drop just before the next Time Crisis. Well, I was speaking to Luke Newman the other day about when we're both going to release Time Crisis Part 3 and Echo's Destiny Part 3. No, Part 2 even. There is not a Part 3, that was not a leak, there is only 2 parts. They might be somewhat similar times. They might go like in a similar time period. Or at least a trailer near then. We'll see, But I hope I'm not leaking any DW 2012 stuff there. But no, Time Crisis Part 3, it's going to be good. It is going to be good. It's going to be good. Have you been on the Hooniverse? And if so, tell me. What does that mean? No. No, I've not. I don't know what that means, but no. Mrs. Flood is another child of Amy and Rory. I suppose you've got the flood connection, you've got the only water in the forest, there's the river, all of that. I don't think so, though. Why is there a steering wheel in front of you? That, I hadn't even realised. See, that's why. That's why. Because my phone is going to collapse. Oh, no. See, what have we done now? Look, you've doomed this stream. We'll have to deal with the steering wheel that's actually... Oh, is he... Let's raise the chair. Raise the chair, okay? Because we've just shrunk. There we go. We're back at a slightly new angle. I wonder, what did you guys see there? I suppose SD cards. I'm trying to see if there was any... No, there's no leaks. I've just got a bunch of notes for a fan film, new videos. Could have leaked. Been in all the papers. That's the big leak. A candle. Yeah, you did see the setup. Is there a McFlurry? No, you'll have seen the candle. There's currently, right, I'll describe it. I won't risk knocking over the setup. I saw into your soul. There's a ring light stood on a little candle, stood on whatever these are, right? I got gifted these. Back to the Future, like pencil pot things. It's a Doc Brown pencil pot with my phone rested on top with a candle and a thingy light balancing it. So, yeah. What do you do as a job outside of YouTube, if you don't mind saying? It's a big secret. I have an amazing job. It's a top secret job that I'm afraid can't be spoken about. I'm afraid. I'm unemployed. I'm a YouTuber. That's my job at the moment. I want a McFlurry now, though. Thanks, you know what? I might get a McFlurry with that. Cybers Industries, is that an acceptable ice cream to get a McFlurry? Let's see. Captain Poppy is a pre-Hartnell Doctor. Yeah. What are people's theories on why on earth Captain Poppy cropped up? Because have you all seen the clip? If you haven't, go and check my recent video where Captain Poppy, no, what I'm saying, Anita Dobson spoke at a Comic-Con with she's asked about like the finale, and she says that Space Babies ties into the finale somehow. I don't quite see or understand or know where that's going, but does anybody have any theories? David says, has any news actually dropped since he has been live? No. But I think I made the right decision, because this has been incredibly fun. This live stream's great. Like, I always forget how much fun live streams actually are. I should do more. Captain Poppy is the Watcher. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Frobisher is the Doctor. The Bogeyman is the 16th Doctor. I always enjoy you on my screen, news or not. Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much. Annabelle Grace, can you wish me luck? Can you wish luck to anyone doing GCSEs or A-levels at the moment? Yes, I actually have 2 younger siblings. My sister is doing her GCSEs and my brother is doing his A-levels. So Annabella Grace, is that? Yeah, that is your name. Annabella Grace, if you're doing your GCSEs or A-levels, good luck. Anyone who is doing their GCSEs or A-levels, good luck. Revise and such, because if you don't, you'll fail. No, I'm sure you'll all do a good job. They're one of those things. Oh, I don't envy people that are having to do them. Yeah, no, A-levels. Yeah, A-levels are getting a lot of hate in chat. It's yeah, no, not good. But you know what? Actually, controversial take. I really enjoyed doing my A-levels purely because it was during COVID, so I didn't have to do my A-levels. GCSEs, that wasn't fun. But A-levels, no, I managed to Managed to do that. Elise says, can you wish good luck to final year uni students that bin off essays writing to film the 3-hour Doctor Who podcast, please? I think that's a very specific request, Elise, and I wish you good luck in your final year of university. I think this is more important though. Like, realistically, should you be revising right now, or should you be watching a Confused Adipose live stream? Which is going to benefit your life more? Oh. Please don't remind me. Got English lit tomorrow. Not one bit of revision done. See, you know what? Who needs revision when you've got a Confused Adipose live stream? I actually do not endorse that message. What are you doing for your GCSEs? What texts or A levels? What subjects are people doing? I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm going to be able to offer you some genius advice, which will get you full marks. But who knows? I was good at English. I can do English. RE, I can do RE, English, RE, what else? There's got to be more subjects than that I am capable of. I can't do science to save my life. I can't do maths to save my life. If you're doing A levels, I can do philosophy, ethics. I can do media studies. I can do drama. I can do what else did I do? There was another one. It slipped my mind. What else did I do? It wasn't history, but I can kind of do history to a degree, not a literal degree. I can't remember. It's gone. Macbeth and A Christmas Carol. I love A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol's great. Do you not like Christmas Carol? It's one of my favourite books. Maybe I'm just a loser nerd, but I didn't get to do those for GCSE. I had to do Lord of the Flies and Frankenstein. Lord of the Flies, Lord of the Flies, Frankenstein, and The Merchant of Venice. Those were the ones I did. Ash Marsden has sent a £1 super chat. Thank you very much, Ash Marsden. Really appreciate it. Oh, did I just knock that forward? Yeah, I did. Hang on. Let's shrink. Whoa. I'm actually being sent a new chair, by the way. But anyway, thank you, Ash Marsden. We've got a little brand deal coming up where I'm going to get a new chair, which is exciting because I have actually, speaking of GCSEs, I've had this chair since I'd sat my first GCSE exam. I bought it literally like the week before so I could sit and do revision at a desk. So, I mean, no, you should be revising for weeks before. But no, I will be getting a new chair soon. Isn't that an exciting leak, an exciting announcement? The return of the oh no, the steering wheel has come back. He's out for revenge. Don't forget to use quotes from A Christmas Carol. Hit the Doctor Who episode. Yeah, no, Doctor Who Christmas Carol. You know what? I don't actually like the Doctor Who Christmas Carol episode. Like, I don't think it's that good. As an American, the UK school system confuses me. As a UK citizen, the UK school system confuses me, to be honest. You've got your GCSEs, which is age 15 and 16, right? Then A-levels are 17 and 18. Then university for like 3 or 4 years. You can basically do whenever. Ben Who, can you teach me A-level physics? Physics. No. I can't. I really can't. I'm sorry. My physics teacher, yeah, she was lovely. Shout out to Miss Kennedy. Imagine someone knows. Do any of you have a physics teacher called Miss Kennedy? Because if you do, she was a lovely woman. You should tell her I say hi. You can teach me physics A level. Yeah. I had a chemistry teacher though who was absolutely horrible. Like she was like a parody. During our GCSE year, right? She strolls around and she literally said, like, I'm not making this up. She goes, well, since you're all in set 3, which, you know, like, not the brightest sparks, she goes, since you're all in set 3, you all need to revise. Of course, when I did my GCSEs, I didn't revise, but all of you need to revise. She had like a little ruler and she was going around. Absolutely mental. That was Miss Yasmin. If any of you know a science teacher called, I think her name was Miss Yasmin, yeah, no. Why am I outing? Oh, no. Your physics teacher is called Mrs. Flood. Wow. It must be. Which mug? I've got 2 mugs. There you go. Let's talk. Yeah, she does sound like a panto villain. I know. It was actually crazy. It was actually crazy. Let's get back to Doctor Who. Can we get some Doctor Who questions in the chat? We've gone through like the history of A levels, GCSEs, etc. I have a poppy theory. Here we go. Okay, this is going to be a good finale theory. Let's strap in. I have a poppy theory. The Space Baby's bogeyman is a manifestation of a story. I think that the barber, using stories to power his engine in some way, connects to the tech that created the bogeyman. Yeah. I think this is the thing with all of the new Disney Who. It's been building up. It's all about like stories and storytelling, and I think it's why people are talking about the fourth wall breaks being like the Doctor discovers he's in a TV show kind of vibe. I really could see that happening. Like, and I think Poppy and all of that, the Doctor says in the story in the engine about like, oh, parts of my past are leaking through. So like, maybe, who knows? Who knows? I'd be intrigued. I could see it. I could see it. News tonight. What time, says Rose? We don't know if there's any news. There was apparently going to be news at the BAFTAs, but the BAFTAs have come and been at this point. We're kind of just having a fun, chill live stream, so I'm not telling you to leave, but if you're only here for leaks, I'm sorry, you might have to wait till the morning, because apparently, but this is the thing, right? There may be no leaks, or this may have been a fake leak started by Bad Wolf to catch a leaker out. Because there's a guy who did Reliable Leaks that said there's going to be a big leak today. Hasn't happened though, or maybe it has. Imagine we've all just been sat on this live stream and it's happened and we've all missed it. Let's load up Twitter, see if anything's happened. Nope, nothing, absolutely nothing. That's really funny. There may be no leak. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone. After all of this, there may have been no leak, but we're having good fun. This is good fun. Why not? Mrs. Flood is an older nanny, as in Nanny from Space Babies. Maybe that could be quite cool. How gods are fitting the Doctor's universe with Daleks and stuff. See, I censored that. Is it weird to have gods plots there? Gods are not aliens, are they? Well, it's because of the sprinkling of the salt that introduced myth, legend, and salt sprinkled Daleks into the universe. You know what? Mythical Daleks would be quite good. Yeah, you're right, Rory. No positive sentence starts with let's open Twitter. I hate Twitter, but also I'm partially addicted to it, I'm afraid. You started the leak so you could get us all on this live stream, so you had someone to talk to. Yeah, it is I created the... No, you know what? I might do that in the future. No, I won't. I feel like I can't defend myself now. Now I sound guilty. I've made myself sound guilty. With the future of the show in flux... See what you did there. Do you think we will get payoff for what season 1? Payoff for what? Okay, the chat keeps moving. Bring back Susan Foreman properly. Could it happen in the finale? How would you handle it? I wouldn't be surprised if Susan Foreman comes back in the finale, because there's so much stuff set up that, like, in season 1 especially, is like, oh yeah, I've got a granddaughter called Susan Triad, all of this, like, Susan making a reappearance. I could see that happening. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's necessarily the most likely thing, but you know what? I'm here for it. I could see it. Harvey is Mrs. Flood. Dun dun dun. Quinn Crook asks quite interestingly, who would be an awful casting for the Doctor? I think the thing about the Doctor as a character is almost any actor can take on the role because it's such like a unique thing. Do you know what I mean? Like each actor puts such a different spin onto it. I'm trying to think of a genuine... Lawrence Fox, that would be bad. Like, no, thank you. That's... Yeah, there's got to be a couple of terrible Doctors out there. Jeremy Kyle. Yeah, I think Jeremy Kyle... I mean, have you lot seen Jeremy Kyle talking about Doctor Who? He's just... right-wing grifter. Absolutely ridiculous. Piers Morgan Doctor. No, I think not. I think the Daleks would look silly and tacky in 2025 and have lost their threateningness. What do you think, says Jack. That's a controversial take. But you know what? I see what you mean, because I think the Time War Daleks are a really good design, but I think they've been used so much, they've been defeated so much, we kind of need something new. I think the Daleks need their threat level back, but not by just eradicating them. like, do you know what I think keep them in the show, give them a big return in a couple of years, maybe. Yeah, a couple of years' time, give the Daleks a big return, have them come back, redesign them, make them new, and I think that would be quite cool. Right, I am going to start wrapping the stream up relatively soon, so if you've got any burning questions, please super chat them so that they flash up on my screen and I make sure I see them. I am going to read other chats as well, so if I've missed a question you have, comment it, and if I miss it, I'm sorry, but I'll try and read. As I say, any super chats would be really appreciated, but absolutely no pressure. Spider Daleks. Michael Jackson as the 16th Doctor. No. Rory says, you need to do a story like Daleks Victorious to make them a viable threat again. Look it up. Yeah, I've never heard of that story, but I'm sure it makes the Cybermen, no, the Daleks, scary. Where I've lost complete track. Where are we? Lua Greenwood, hello. We've had two forms of interstitious time travel in series 2 now, the Star Certificate and Barbershop. I feel like this is a time travel mechanism which was used for the Crystal of Kronos. Perhaps. I'm a Doctor Who fan, but I'm lost. Perhaps. I feel unqualified to talk because I don't know enough about all that. But I think you've probably you look. You're a knowledgeable man. I'm sure you know. What else have we got here? As ever, keep commenting, guys. I'm trying to. There was another one. I can't remember. There was a good question. I can't find it. Oh well. Asa Butterfield as the Doctor. He should be the companion to Shooty's Doctor. Have Otis and Eric reunite. That would be fantastic. I think Mrs. Flood is a Time Lord that gained the ability to break the fourth wall the same way the Doctor did by killing a god and thus becomes one herself. That's quite a cool theory, to be fair. Yeah, you know, I could see something like that. I think I really wouldn't be surprised if it is revealed the Doctor is a god or something along those lines, because this Doctor God's plotline has, do you know what I mean? It's been building up, it's been going. I could say, Liam asks here, are you in Lux? Yeah, 100%. There we go. Thank you, Lua, for more context. Kronos is the god of chaos, and he has the power to open the floodgates of oblivion. I see. That could be cool. Right, so, any final questions? Keep them coming in. I'm wrapping this up very, very soon. Almost 100% sure Michelle Gomez is coming back, either as 16 or Missy again. Maybe. I don't think... I could see her coming back as Missy. There's no way she'll come back as the Doctor, in my opinion. I can't see... I know there were rumours at the start of the night about, like classic cast members... Well, not like cast members who've already played other characters in Doctor Who taking on the role of the Doctor. I can't see it happening. I don't think... I think Doctor Who needs to move forward. If Shooty is leaving, cast a new actor as the Doctor. Okay, one of our final questions we'll read is, which Doctor Who character would you shove in a meat grinder? I know exactly who's going in the meat grinder. It is it the Shakri from The Power of Three, Stephen Burkoff? Yeah, he ruined what was otherwise a really good episode of Doctor Who because he stormed off set. He was a bit too pretentious with it. There's some A-level drama revision. Stephen Burkoff, theatre practitioner. He was in an episode of Doctor Who. He stormed off set, had a bit of a mare, so they had to re-edit around the episode, and it ruins The Power of Three, which I think is otherwise a really good story. So that's a big shame. But yeah, well, I'll read one more. No, Burkoff slaps. No, boo. Check for a leak before you turn off the stream. Okay, I'll have a quick check. There's gonna be nothing, I guarantee. I think that if there are any leaks, it will be tomorrow morning that things crop up. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm just looking on Twitter. No one's talking. People are just complaining about the lack of leak, or saying, "Is there a leak?" or saying a leak popped up in their feed. But no, that will be the other leaks. No, I don't think so. But it's been a fun stream. It's been good fun. Thank you everybody for joining me on this. I should do more. Get a picture of a leak. Oh. Oh, there's so many questions. Well, I'm going to have to stop reading your chats, guys, but thank you very, very much for watching this live stream. You're going to see my setup collapse as I try and end the live stream. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. See, normally I'd edit that there and the video would end, but now you're going to have to watch me awkwardly clunk around and hopefully not. There we go. There we go. No. I can end this. How do I end this? Where? I feel like an old man. Goodbye. There we go.